The ABB FIA Formula E Championship is at the Circuit Ricardo Tormo in Valencia. It is the final test session for the regular season drivers. Here, test session 6. And then tomorrow we're underway with the women's test. Again, 2 3-hour sessions out there on the circuit. We'll be live for those as well. But this is a critical final 3 hours. We're expecting to see a lot of fast running, a lot of good running, and hopefully at the end we'll see who's fast and who is not. I'm Joshua Birch. Alongside me in the commentary box is Josh Turner and Omi. Trackside is Jack Giamana and Jack Pickering. And we'll be hearing throughout this session from many guests around the Formula E world as well. Well, the green light is on and we are underway and cars are venturing out onto the circuit, JT. And hopefully, compared to this morning, which was a bit stagnated to get going, they want to head out there and really start pushing.
Yep. Cars back out on track then for the final session of the male part of this Valencia test. Of course, we've got the women's test all day tomorrow, 2 sessions once again, AM and PM. So, final chance for the main drivers to get their running in.
Omi is back with us this afternoon. Omi, welcome back. Final 3 hours as well for the main season drivers to head out there. What are you expecting to see? Testing's always interesting, but this is when you stereotypically say it's push time.
Yeah, the final chance now to get things going in terms of get a bit of an idea of how the main season could look like. So you want to use this session, you want to basically build upon anything that you maybe haven't quite nailed down across the first few sessions, because of course, as we've mentioned, tomorrow's goal is completely different. We've not got any of these drivers. It is the female drivers out there on the circuit. So yeah, for these drivers, their final chance in this testing, so they'll definitely be utilizing these final 3 hours.
And JT, 3 hours, that's it. I know these are the Evolution cars and we've had them for a season already, but it's still a bit of pressure for the drivers, because next time they'll turn in anger, it's going to be in Sao Paulo in about a month and a half's time.
Yeah, the final running out on track for these drivers, and as you mentioned, the next time they'll be out will be there in Sao Paulo for free practice 1, but not any lap times set at the moment, as they're just getting all of the installation laps in. Everyone out on track except Marty Evans, DaCosta, Verne, Cassidy, Muller and Verline, so the 2 Citroens, the 2 Jags, a Cupra, Kiro, and both of the Porsches. So still a long way to go as they're just getting the installation laps in.
We're going to be live with Tommaso Volpe at, 15 minutes past the hour. So that is going to be a lot of fun. Emmy, welcome to you. One last session. Hopefully it's clean running as well. We haven't had a red flag so far today, and that's a big improvement to what's coming up as well. Omi, I want to ask you a Formula 2 related question now as well. What do you think we're going to see about all the action with Jose Maria Marti? How do you think he's adjusted, and alongside that of Felipe Drugovich?
Well, they're getting the running in, that's one thing, but as we saw, especially with Marti when it came to the simulation race, there's still a lot of learning to be had in race trim, and realistically you can only start to achieve that in your first few starts of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. So you kind of have to, of course, work on that in the race starts. They won't be going perfect. The race trims, the first few races will not be perfect, but yeah, he's making sure that he's getting all of the running in, getting the experience of the car, and preparing full on for the new season. It was announced a few days ago that Pepe Marti will not be competing in the Qatar round of Formula 2 as well. He was already going to miss Abu Dhabi, but he's going to skip Qatar as well. So full focus is on Formula E for him. So he doesn't have any other racing in between. It's now full on, just focusing on the start of the season and all of the preparation that goes with it.
So that is a shame we won't see him in Qatar or in Abu Dhabi. We hypothesised, didn't we? I mean, that we might see him in Qatar, but yeah, that's going to be a bit of a shame.
Yeah, we saw Maloney last year do the Qatar round and then go over to the Formula E. But yes, Marty announced that Baku was his final round of the Formula 2 Championship, so someone else will need to take over the seat there. But in terms of Formula E, of course, all focus, all preparation for Pepe Marti comes here. So looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do. But yes, with Qatar, of course, being a week before the Sao Paulo round, it just makes sense to completely go all in and focus and make sure that you can have that full preparation as well towards the new season.
What have you made of Taylor Barnard? Of course, he was excellent in the junior formulas in F3 and then F2. Then he's gone over to DS Penske this season after a year at McLaren. Do you feel like he had a shot at Formula 1 and he's just sort of chosen the electric path? He wants to go more GT racing in the future, similar to what we talk about with Caitlin as well, how she wants to do some GT running in the future. Do you reckon that it's a shame that he's missed out on Formula 1?
Now, he had the talent of Formula 1, but I think he saw that there wasn't going to be a chance of Formula 1. And the reason why is he always was in teams in Formula 2 and Formula 3, which weren't the quickest. So there was a bit of a difference there. They weren't the quickest teams. So he dragged those cars to victories in the junior formulas. He put them in places where they shouldn't really be. So yeah, he's a driver who, with the right backing, with the right team, could have absolutely won the Formula 3 title, won the Formula 2 title in my opinion with the talent he had, and then put himself in conversation for Formula 1. But he knew due to budget reasons, etc., that possibly that wasn't going to be going the way. So he, midway through that campaign, of course, left the Formula 2 Championship to move over to Formula E, and you know, he's come here and he showed his talent. So if no one was going to give him a chance in Formula 1 in the future, he's come over and showed it here as well in Formula E with those qualifying pole positions that he was able to get and all of the great performances that he put in.
Remember that debut he did in Monaco and how electric he was through the field? That was fantastic racing. Right, we've got some times on the board. Norman Nato, 1:24.038. Then Barnard second, Roland third, Maloney fourth, Grassi fifth, Dennis is sixth, Dragovic seventh, Mortara eighth, De Vries ninth, and Ticktum in 10th position. Ericsson is 11th, Boemi in 12th. That's your Ericsson, by the way, not Marcus Ericsson. Gunther in 13th, Cassidy in 14th position as well. As we said, Tommaso Volpe is coming up on the stream shortly. Later on, we'll also hear from Matt Preston as well, the team principal at Lola Yamaha Apt, our friend of ours who's joined us on the broadcast. The boys are going to be speaking with him live later on. But there's an awful lot to do. Emmy has said, I don't know if you guys have covered it earlier, but what do you think about Marco Andretti's retirement? It seems TWG are trying to push the Andretti name out as much as they can. JT, I don't know if you were watching the Grid Tonight show last night. I mean, I'm not sure if you were, but Marco Andretti now retiring. It's a shame to see another Andretti name gone, isn't it?
It really, really is. Really a huge shame as well. And yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get to watch you guys yesterday. Well, I'll make sure to go back and listen to it as well when it comes to things. So yeah, we'll make sure to listen to that later. But yeah, I guess always a bit sad to see a name like that go as well.
So we are almost all set. So I'm being a bit distracted because Pico's just coming up my eye line with a fantastic shirt, my friend. You look absolutely brilliant as well. I know he's posing with it. Nice shirt, bowing as well. Nice shirt, nice shirt. Right. I'll tell you what, that is a classic, actually. You have to tell me where you got it from, my friend, as well. I want that. So, Dragovic up into 10th position. Nelman Nato, 1:22.157. It looks like, I mean, we're already having some fantastic runs out there. We're getting faster and faster and faster.
Fantastic runs, fast runs for those drivers out there as well. So great to see, great to watch that these drivers are immediately out there pushing on and getting some fast lap times in. As we mentioned, their final bit of running for this test as well. So as we also have Roland now at the front. So great to see all of the lap times coming in, and the teams know that these are the final few hours to push on and get everything sorted.
let's bring in Jack Pickering, who is trackside. We haven't heard a microphone at the moment. He's a little bit just waiting for that to get sorted. But once we have him, we'll bring him in trackside.
Hopefully very soon. Hopefully very shortly as well. Any second. We should be able to.
Yeah, the mic's unmuted on Discord. So the actual voice call's muted on Discord, so I can't hear him. Just let him through. Then Nicky says, I'm here for the interview of my co-national team principal. We can hear you. Hello, Pico. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, I'm down down at the back of the garage of Nissan. Just waiting for Paso Volpe, but we just wanted to test the signal. So yeah, we'll throw it back up to you and hopefully we'll be with you.
Sounds good, my friend. Sounds good. We shall see you shortly. Take care. Take care. And you can see the interview that's coming up later on in the test session as well between Dan Tickton and Jack Giamana. There you can see Ollie Rowland in the T section out there on the back of the circuit. So we are almost all set to go. Roland has just had a lap time deleted, but he's gone top 1:22.03 as I mentioned. Nissan back to the top, Emmy, but all eyes on Mahindra. They have got to end this session fastest.
Yep, lots of support, lots of eyes as well on that team. So let's see whether they're going to be able to do exactly what you say and end it in a way of being quickest. Then I guess whoever tops this one, also we have to say that, you know, that's a bit of confidence. We, of course, as we mentioned, we're not here then all the way until the new season beginning. So it's actually, this one is the one you want to top because then you go into this long lull period until the new season of just basically being the team to beat because you just topped the recent testing. So if you can top this, I guess there's a big positive to be had as well moving on, and you have a lot of confidence heading into the season opener.
Oh, JT had to say it because now it's gone really bluey. JT said it in the Discord. There we go, it's going back now to come into it. I just want to bring Pico back in because I don't know if the time mic's working, my friend. Have you switched it on? Hello, try again.
Say that again, Josh.
Your time microphone, it's
hello.
not connected. It's using the phone mic.
You've got no.
The phone mic, right? Okay.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah, the
you've
phone
got
mic.
no Wi-Fi.
So, as the boys will get ready for
That's
that.
more like it.
There we go. We can hear you now. Hello, my friend. You all right?
H is still fine.
There's Pico.
Better than
Pico. Well, Pico being Pico. Live interview coming up shortly. He's standing by the Nissan garage. What a wonderful access down there. Pico, we can hear you, my friend, now. Hello. All good with audio as well. How you doing?
Yes, good. Ready for the final session of the day. Obviously, we're down at Nissan, just waiting for Tommaso. But yeah, hopefully everything goes well. We've only had one red flag this entire week, so we've got just a couple hours and another half an hour left for the boys before the women get in tomorrow. And yeah, so it's going to be an exciting final couple hours.
I'm so glad as well that you're standing in front of a lovely shaded area because the sun is now beating down. Air temperature 24 degrees, track temperature 30 and ramping up. Not a lot of cloud cover, but you've got a 7-kilometre wind speed. What's it like?
Yeah, because we've got like we've got one of the fan trails in over the top. I'm not sure if you've seen the paddock at Ricardo Tormo Circuit, but they head up some stairs and then they head across like a bridge to get into the fan seating up there. And so we're in between a wall and these lovely Nissan gazebos. And so the wind is coming through a little bit, and it's a nice breeze to counteract the heat. I mean, as a ginger, I don't tend to do heat quite well, and so I'm happy just to be in the shade. This has been planned meticulously so that I don't get too burnt. However, I have put some sun cream on, so be rest assured, people at home, I should be all right for 20 minutes.
Yeah, because somebody's already said, have you got sunscreen on? You're very notable
Yes,
now.
I have.
Jack Pickering should more likely
Yes.
be Jack Burning.
Yes, definitely.
Tictum's just gone top, 122.019, 11,000s quicker than Roland. Verline's moved up into 14th position as well, so we're almost all set to go. As Pico goes wandering, he looks like Murray Walker at the moment right now as well, just wandering around the back there. I'm surprised you haven't gone and stolen some seating as well and gone, no, all right, it's all fine. You are the Murray Walker, that paddock. I reckon you're one of only a few journalists who've been there longer than the broadcast team. Nicky, I think, would be the top one. Then it would be you and Jack.
Well, yeah, I've done. So my first race was Rome season 4. I only did one race, and then I came back again for season 8. And that time was with Formula E Zone. I did it with another site in 2018, but yeah, I moved away from. I've known Jack for over a decade now, so it made sense for me to join up with him, and the rest is history.
Rest is history as well, and we've got a lot of good interviews coming up. Who have you got later on then after as well? I bet. What have you got? Tommaso is coming up shortly. Who have you got after us?
So we got Mark Preston a little bit later on as well, so that'll be an exciting one to hear from. Obviously, he's just become the team principal of Lola, replacing Thomas Biermeyer. So yeah, we'll have to see. But Jack, who is wandering around behind the setup, just making sure everything's all good. He's pointing at me and saying that that they're almost coming. I think they're just going around the corner just to grab something, and then and hopefully that'll be it.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, we'll throw it back to you and then come back down to us in a second.
Sounds good, my friend. Sounds good. As we take a look out, just give us a signal when it's all ready. Tictum so fastest from Roland, Nato, Barnard, Boemi, Degrassi, Ericsson, Maloney, Dennis, Evans, the top 10. Omi, do you reckon that we'll see Tictum stay towards the top of the timesheets? We're getting closer and closer to the faster times.
Could do so, but as we mentioned, there could be a lot of other drivers, teams who want to end this one fastest. We'll see how the session just goes, basically. I think that's going to be the indication. But yeah, I think every chance that we could have Dan Tictum, the driver, who ends quickest of all to conclude this testing session, session number 6. And then, of course, we'll have the female drivers out there tomorrow, which should hopefully be very exciting to see how they all get on. Plenty of F1 Academy stars and some Super Formula drivers in there as well, including Juju Noda. So, yeah, should be quite an interesting one tomorrow, and it'll be great to see those drivers getting opportunities.
Oh, nearly putting things in the chat there as we get through it. The car's back on track. Final 3 hours, sun is shining.
No, we're ready. Ready. Whenever he's ready, send him.
So let's get down then and join Jack Pickering if he's ready in a second.
2 seconds. 2 seconds, Josh.
I'm hearing things in the back of our ears of the producers, you see, to come into it.
Yeah.
Tictum 122.019. Roland 11,000s off the pace. Boemi's just come back on the track. Mitch Evans jumps up to 9th. 124.046. Fastest first and second sector for him on personal best. You can see he's got the sectors. NATO's got sector 1. Roland's got sector 2. NATO back with sector 3 as well to keep ready on the circuit. So far, so good. As Da Costa now to 11th on the other Jaguar. There is 11 cars out on the circuit, 9 in the pits. As Roland had a lap time deleted for well, that was early on in the other session as well. That had just no messages come on from the drivers there. That was hours ago towards the end of the first session. It's 2:18 over there, over on the exits, as we will then get ready to get going. And then we'll be
indeed
all good to go. Go on, Amy.
Yeah, the time's continuing to come in thick and fast, aren't they? As well as this session continues to progress, and we continue to run, as we mentioned, important running now taking place as well.
How are you? Right, so we're going to be doing this.
Well, there's the boys. They're ready to go down there. There's Tommaso with Jack Pickering. Let's head down then. Pico, down to you.
Yeah, me too. You're right, Tommaso. Thanks, Josh. You had a great season last year, winning the Drivers' World Championship with Ollie, and just missed out on the team's championship. But it was a huge step in the right direction for Nissan.
Yes, for sure, it was a huge step for the improvement and the growth of the team. However, the second half of the season was was quite bad, in fact, and And this was the frustrating side. We didn't even finish second in the team championship. We finished third because of the impressive light Jaguars. So we really spent quite a lot of time understanding what went wrong in the second half of the season and how to address this weakness to avoid this to happen again. It isn't well.
So yeah, Ollie put in a stunning result. You've re-signed Norman again for this season. He didn't have the greatest of seasons last year. He was unlucky in Miami to not be able to use the attack mode and get the win. How has Norman approached this season to make sure that he can get all the same results as Ollie?
Well, he definitely had to do some work on himself, and we had to do some work on his side of the garage, because it's never only the drivers. It's also the way you prepare and manage the race on that side of the garage. So I think he's very confident for season 12. It's the very first time in his career in Formula E that he races for the same team 2 years in a row in the same car, same package. So I think this will put him in a better position compared to last year, where there is nothing new he has to learn, only optimizing his performance. And hopefully he will be a little bit less unlucky than last year, because last year he has also been unlucky many times.
And obviously, Ollie became world champion, and he's running the number one this season. How important was it to Nissan to run that number one display? Look, we are the champions. We are the ones to beat.
Yeah, this is very important in motorsport. It's a symbolic thing, but I think psychologically is important for the driver and for the team. It's not just for the driver, because this team won championships in the past, but it's been a long time. And I think when Nissan acquired the team and made it a Nissan Formula E team, we were very ambitious with our plan. But of course, until you don't see this number one on the car, it's still a plan on paper. And I think it was very important to make everyone proud of what they've been able to achieve.
And Nissan were relatively close in fighting for the manufacturer's title. You came into London with an outside chance. This season, you don't have the second team. McLaren are now off the grid. Does that make it even more difficult to be able to fight the likes of the teams that have, well, Porsche have 6 cars in the fight, and most of the other teams have 4?
Yeah, this is, as I said before, the frustrating part of season 11 is that at some point, if you see our season up to the race in Tokyo, it looked like we were dominating, leading the 3 rankings, team, manufacturer, and driver, obviously. And so we were on the road to win at least 2 championships. And for us as Nissan, the manufacturer championship is very important, because we are here to demonstrate our expertise on electrification and showing that as manufacturer we could win the championship. Also, thanks to the partner team, was very important for us. So it was very frustrating not to win it last year, and it's even more frustrating the moment we learned that McLaren was leaving the sport, because this put us in a position where, factually, if we are realistic, is probably not a realistic objective. The factor championship, drivers championship, and team championship are our objectives this season, but the manufacturer championship, I think, is out of the reach considering the situation.
And obviously, this week it's a 5-day week for testing. Can you just tell us about how testing goes about from Team Principal's perspective, and what happens in the team? What sort of things are you testing?
Well, it's quite standard. We bring different ideas and different setups and different calibrations, and we just test everything. And when you see timing not being good, usually it's because ideas that we are trying don't work. So in a way, it's important to know, because we take them out of the list of things that we want to try during the season. It's not a bad news. It's just a matter of checking things. And having said that, we are not looking for the best lap time anyway. It's true that what is really important out of the test is the confidence of the drivers in driving, the driving confidence. And so to feel confident with the different setup and finding the ideal setup that they like in the car. And usually when they are confident, even if you are not really pushing for the best lap time, you automatically perform well. So if you have a good time overall, it means that you found some right solutions for the driver.
Right. Cheers, Tommaso. Thank you very much.
Very much. Thank you.
Nicely done, boys, down there. Track.
Back to you.
Thanks, Pika. Well, that was very much exciting. Well done, boys. Wonderful here from Tommaso there as well as they come through. Nissan very much determined, Omi, I think, to go into this season wanting to be champions again.
Absolutely, and that is exactly what the words that they mentioned would suggest as well. So yeah, great to hear, great to go down and hear, and well, looking forward to seeing how Nissan get on across this entire campaign.
So, we have ticked up fastest from Roland, Nato, Barnard, Buemi as we are inside the first 26 minutes of this test. As we now get to see the drivers out there circulating. Coming out the last corner now is Norman Nato. Will he complete the lap time? I'll come into the pit lane. He's done a couple of laps outside. He will complete the time and does a 1. Where's the lap time on the board? I need to see. We've got the current live time is open, not the best lap times. On the board. So last lap time, a 1:24.332 was his last run around as well. So we'll keep an eye what that will bring. But not too many times in the pit lane at the moment in terms of timing line. Track limits violations as well. There's been a couple in this session alone to try and come through, but all looking super duper strong. But it's interesting to pick up there as well about how, you know, Nissan are a lot more confident. They were, of course, drivers' champions last year. Roland looks strong. Nato looks strong. It's really a positive look. JT, I presume you're on the editing side of that now right away to get that sorted. That's why he's in the background waiting along. But yeah, not too bad. Press conferences will be coming up shortly as well. Between everything, what we have got shortly will be some more drivers coming through for some more interviews. But this morning, we don't have to wait too long because Abby Pulling is ready to go for tomorrow's test session as well for the 2 6 hours to come through. And she spoke earlier on to Jack Giamana before the sessions began. Here she is.
So obviously, Abby, it's not your first time, obviously, driving for Nissan. How important are these women tests for you?
I mean, I really enjoy the women's test, and I think it just shows how willing Formula E is to get behind female drivers as well, and the fact that they've managed to get all the teams to agree to it as well and put all the girls in the car to gain the experience. You know, everyone's got to agree to it, and it's so nice to see that everyone is so willing and wants to see us succeed, which is, yeah, really nice.
Yeah, what do you like about it? Like, obviously, everyone says the car's quite difficult to drive. You've had a couple of goes at it now. What have you found challenging? What has it been, something that you've enjoyed learning and so forth?
I mean, there's so many different systems on the car, so literally anything you can imagine you can change on the electronics and so on and so forth. So it's quite exciting having that kind of tool in your toolbox. But yeah, I think the big thing is just the power it's got with the kind of almost limited grip that it's got with the treaded tyre. It makes it quite interesting. And then obviously you add the 350 and that kind of changes it again, and you're driving different cars almost with the different modes that you're given. So it's really important to be adaptable, and I think that's probably one of the hardest things. But then also I think it's just a lot to take in and a lot to learn. But this being, I think, my third time in the car, and I've been doing a lot more on the simulator with Nissan now. It's all feeling a bit more normal to me, and yeah, I've got a good grasp for it all now.
Obviously, you work with Oliver Rowland and Norman Nato a lot. What's it like working with them, and how much have you learned just from being around them and listening to them talk and in the debriefs?
I mean, they're incredibly experienced. Of course, they've done a lot of driving. They're a little bit older than me, and have driven a few more race cars than me. So it's really nice to sit in on the debriefs and get an insight to what they're saying and what they're feeling as well. It gives us a good idea of when we jump in the car, when I jump in the car, what to expect. But of course, they've been doing 3 or 4 days around here now at Valencia, so they should have a good grasp of, you know, where the track's in, where it's not, and it's nice to get them kind of insights.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you think like the next steps could be, because obviously it's very nice that Formula E put on the women's test, but then if there's no like purpose or progression for the female racers, then like what is the point of it in a sense? So would you like to see, we were talking to Jeff earlier and it was like there's potential maybe for like a support series in the future where maybe they use the Gen 3 Evo car, and maybe that could be somewhere where you and all the others might get a chance to show your skills in an actual race rather than just running around Valencia.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've got a really good relationship with Nissan, so I'm doing a lot of work on the simulator with them and doing some rookie sessions with them. So not only have I done the women's test, I've also been in the official rookie test as well at Berlin, which is very exciting. And yeah, I mean, the possibility for an all-female series is exciting, but at the end of the day, I want to be racing against the guys for sure. But it's a good kind of, if that potential was to happen, it's a good way to get the experience to potentially move up further. But yeah, at the moment, I'm really happy with my role within Nissan, and yeah, hopefully keep getting more and more integrated into the team.
All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Cheers.
Yep, and Abby Pulling will be in the test session tomorrow to bring up all the action. JT is back hard at editing. I'm almost tempted to throw you up on the screen, JT, as well, because I think you deserve some credit. I'm going to. So wave to the camera. There you are. There is Josh Turner. That has been our editor this week, and he's been getting all the production things out. Have you had a good day? You doing well?
It's been all right.
Lovely.
Today's definitely been the busiest one, but yeah, I'm gonna have Pico appear now because he's probably looking at the stream and he's like, "Oh look, JT's got an Oxford Speedway show on." Whoa. It's like, wow. Anyway, yeah.
That is also why I
Very
want to put you
busy.
on the stream so you can see it, because you were on about
Yeah.
it pre-stream.
Very busy behind the scenes. That's all I will say is that I downloaded some stuff, and it's 60 gig, and it's from the 3 days. I don't know what I'm doing with it.
How have we got 60 gigabytes a day across 3 days? What have I missed?
Stuff.
We're going to have a lot
You
to
have-
play for it tomorrow then, aren't we?
Yes. But that's all going to be put into the other stuff. We've got some interviews that are being saved for in between the gap between testing.
Yeah.
And Sao Paulo, which I guess I could hold on. Let me attempt to get. Let's do some live
editing
stuff. Let's do some live stuff right this second.
Well, this is live information. JT's clearly doing something, which is quite funny.
I'm gonna try and get because we were gonna get a couple of minute snippets.
Yeah.
From the interviews. I shall see if I can get that now.
By the way,
Send it over to
the
you.
full interviews will air on Formula E Zone, as JT says, in between the gaps between now and race 1 in Sao Paulo. But they will also be included in our race coverage over on JB Motorsports. So we'll have some in the practice show on Friday. We'll have some on the qualifying show Saturday, and definitely in the race show on Sunday. Oh, well, race show Saturday afternoon. So there's a lot that will be covered, including we'll have all of the practice session, all of the press conferences, the practice sessions, the qualifyings, and the races. They'll be live on JB Motorsports and across Formula E Zone as well, across season 12. It's going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget about the Formula E bar on Mondays after the events, where you can have your say on the action. And I've just apologised. I've just noticed that Johnny's been waiting in the FE bar for a little bit, so I'll bring him up as well early on. Johnny, you're back with us. Hello. Sorry we had to wait there. We had an interview to come in. How are you doing, my friend? You doing well?
I'm doing good, Josh. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Not yet at work then?
Yeah, I'll be up for work after a couple of hours. So I said I'll come on the show for that.
Pleasure to have you as always. So, one final 3-hour run. Nato looking quick. Mahindra focusing on long run paces. But anything that spotted your eye over the press conference and the afternoon sessions? Anything you're looking forward to?
Just before we start any conversation, I would like to say you guys are doing a tremendous job with the broadcasting. You know, really appreciate what you guys have managed to pull up with such a short of resources. You know, I know how media can be really difficult to manage with all the interviews and getting time from people. So it's really amazing what job you guys are doing
I
from
really
a fan's
appreciate that.
perspective. Yeah. So I just want to let you know that I'm just a fan. I'm not like into media or any of this stuff. So I don't know how much more trouble you guys are taking to do all this stuff, and internally what hard work you guys have to do. So from our outer fan perspective, I'm saying you're doing an amazing job. Really appreciate it.
After 4 days of long hours, I think every single member of the team would say thank you very much for that. That is very
Yeah.
much appreciated. Cheers to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, as the boys
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
agree.
I can just I can't even really imagine how much work goes into it, because we as fans, we just look from the outer perspective, what we see on screen on YouTube, or you know but yeah, from we always think, why can't you guys do this, or why can't you guys do that, but we don't know actually how hard it is to get those things done, So I would like to say thank you from on behalf of all the fans who don't know what's going on internally in Formula E.
Thank you very much. And yeah, we would love to have had a live camera all the time, but the Wi-Fi signal's not the
Yeah.
greatest.
Yeah.
The signal from the track is a bit spotty because the cars are using so much transmission data. It sometimes
Yeah.
blocks it, but
Yeah.
we are planning bigger and better next year as well. Hopefully,
Yeah.
us being on site as well, being able to broadcast with a lot more cameras and audio and a permanent webcam to the circuit as well would be quite nice. So yeah, it's bigger and better. This is only the
Yeah.
second year we've done testing.
Yeah. I wish all the best for you guys to grow in the media circle, and be a better this, so we can all enjoy a much more better broadcasting from you guys. Nothing to take away right as of now. You guys are doing amazing. I hope you guys carry on the same this.
That's very appreciated. Thank
Yeah.
you very much, Johnny. And hopefully you come back as well, because we're doing some practice sessions with the FE bar as well. So we'll open up some of the practice sessions to the viewers at home if you want to come in and have a conversation with us as well, live on air as well. So I hope you join in for a couple of those, Johnny.
Yeah, sure. I'll try my best to remove time for that. Thanks.
Sounds absolutely brilliant. Thank you, my friend,
Yeah.
as well. I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah. So coming back to the session, I think we will see. Usually, I'll do a bold prediction.
Go on.
I think Mahindra is gonna be on top at the end of the session with both the cars, followed by Porsche and Jags. And I think Dan Ticktum is gonna do very well with his Cooper Kiro. And then I think then after that, I think so we should see the Nissans doing good after that. So that is my top 10 prediction as of now.
That's a bold prediction. I like it.
Yeah.
I get behind that.
Yeah. So I won't be able to watch the entire session because I have to go for work. So I've given a bold prediction. Let's see how wrong I am. Yeah.
I think you've got it, hit the nail on the head, to be fair. I think there's a really good chance that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Johnny, I'll let you go, but I'll say thank you very
sure.
much from the bottom of our hearts for those kind words, and I hope you've enjoyed the testing, and I hope you join us throughout the season as well on a couple of the FE bar practice sessions.
Yeah, thanks, Josh, and thank you everyone for doing this amazing job. Thank you very much.
Pleasure's
Bye.
all.
See you guys.
Thanks, Johnny.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Johnny. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Even I heard that then. That was weird. I don't usually hear that. But no, that's so sweet.
Because
Your audio's open.
hopefully now, are you able to put this on stream?
I am. I've got the trackside ready. So, Jack Giamana has been interviewing drivers up and down the paddock. One of them is the most free speech of all the drivers, Dan Ticktum. Love him or hate him, he's been improving, and he was a race winner last season, and the Cupra team looking very strong. This is what he had to say when he sat down with Jack yesterday afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining me.
No problem.
I want to start about last season because for you personally, I think last season was brilliant, right? You know, you got the win, the pole positions. It was all starting to click. On reflection, how was it for you?
Yeah, I mean, look, the first 3 seasons were in Formula E were pretty awful. There's no shying away from that. and I think a number of ignorant people just sort of started thinking I wasn't very good. But you know, it's nice to be back in a car that at times was good enough to show that, you know, I can still go and win and be on pole. And so yeah, I think it all sort of came as a bit of a whole, really. I think. I can't remember what it is.
Right, it's recording.
That.
Oh, that wasn't happened. You alright, JT?
That shouldn't have happened.
Technical difficulties on air. That's always happens to us. To come into it. No, I think.
Anyway, you got
the gist.
You got a 30-second. Got a 30-second. You're welcome.
Pleasure. We'll hear that later on in the show as well. Coming into it. What do you think of Dan Tickton then, Omi, as well? Has he grown up since he was in F2? Seems like he has.
Well, I mean, he's always had raw speed. That's one thing I think we have to mention. In terms of the radio message style, that's just the same. So I see him as the same guy, which we all love. Or well, a lot of people love, but equally, as mentioned, a lot of people don't quite like him. I guess it's personal preference, but I mean, you cannot go against his speed and his talent, and you know, those radios are always fun to listen to, and that's what makes Dan Tickton. So it's always incredible to see him at work, and yeah, I think he still has that speed, and he's still working well and improving himself, which is realistically all you can ask from the driver and what he can ask for himself. So great to see that he is making some of those strides forward and continuing to push on and continue to get some great performances in Formula E, which I'm sure will continue into this new season 12.
I really hope that is the case as well. Coming into it, we want it to be a bit of an improvement and more of a battle at the front. JT, we were covering those F2 races together with Dan Tickton a couple of years ago. He sometimes is still a muppet, but he's growing and he's a lovable muppet now, I'd say. What's your take on him?
Dan Tickton's just Dan Tickton, isn't he?
Who would you compare him to? Can Dan Tickton be compared to anybody?
I'll let you do that one, JB.
Oh, come on. There's got to be someone.
Yourself, maybe, JB?
I beg your pardon? Me? Oh, that's just too typical, isn't it?
well, I'm saying that you have raw speed, though. You're quick. Even though that part might not even be true, though. So I guess it's a big compliment, that.
Anyway, as they come into the action as well, I just said something on top about which just set the boys completely laughing. But yeah, in all honesty, I am a good racing driver. I have got the speed. If you see me on a go-kart, I'm very, very fast. We'll have to arrange that in the off-season, the JBMotorsports karting day. That'd be quite fun. Just get out there and come through. You can't compare Dan with anybody. He's one of a kind. And, Nikki's saying, thanks, guys. It was amazing. That was about the Tommaso interview as well. Yes, I agree. Come on, there must be somebody you can compare Dan Tickton to.
I just did.
Not me!
Oh, right.
Yeah. Another racing driver.
Wow.
Roman Grosjean? Kevin Magnussen? Yuki Tsunoda, always swearing on the radio.
Right, so we need someone quick. We need someone who can rant on the radio.
Max?
Someone, who doesn't like things that they see sometimes. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with drivers. But really, Dan Tickton is just Dan Tickton. Don't think there's another driver. There was always something special about him, and he'll always have that to himself. So I'm in agreement with the chat. You can't compare him to anyone.
Is he a Formula E world champion material? Can he win the championship?
Well, I guess if anyone in the chat wants to go for that one, I think he's improving. If he continues improving in the way that he has been since day one, then that would tell you maybe in a few years, yes. but I mean, it all depends on teams, all depends on everything else. We've got Ricardo being said in the chat.
Well, Danny Ricciardo. I'd go for that, actually. I think he is a Danny Ricciardo style. I'd agree with that in many respects. He's got the sort of mentality of a young honey badger, hasn't he? I'd go for Ricardo. Trying to think. I'd see. I'm too much of a commentator, by the way. I'm looking at all the screens in front of me. I don't need to because I've only got one time screen to keep my eye on. Who else? I'm trying to think about Formula E drivers, past and present. Sebastian Buemi. I think we could all agree there. If anybody remembers Sebastian Buemi, season 3 in Montreal, he had a really bad first race, and he walked up and down the pit lane, talking to everybody, saying, "No, you got in my way. You got in my way. You were doing this. You were doing that. And then why were you doing this?" And he said, "Next time I'll just run into you." And then he went to the next guy and went, "No, you blocked me coming out of turn 5. You held me up. You wouldn't let me overtake you. What was going on there?" Buemi in the end of Canada that year was unbelievable. I wish we could play that again to get that through. It was unbelievable to come through, to come into it. Still, not bad. As they continue on here. Ricardo to some degree. Yeah, I agree with what VDN says. Evans fastest at the moment then, 1:32.521. That was his last lap time on the board. His best lap time is a 1:21.858, 20 thousandths of a second quicker than Norman Nato. So Jaguar have gone to the front with Nato second, Tickton third, Roland fourth, Barnard fifth, Buemi sixth, Degrassi seventh, Ericsson eighth, Gunther ninth, and Maloney is in 10th position. Da Costa is 11th, Dennis 12th, Drogovic 13th, Jose Maria Marti 14th, Muller 15th, Verline is 16th, De Vries 17th, Mortara 18th, Casti 19th, and Verne is in 20th. So there are still some times lost out on the board that we have to keep an eye on as well. Let us know in the YouTube chats who exactly you are rooting for in this season of the year. Hello to Plug and to Yannick Muller, who says, "Oh yeah," as well, coming into it. Hopefully everyone is enjoying the stellar action we are having with this one. And remember, if you like what you're seeing, to like and subscribe to the YouTube channels, both at Formula E Zone and JB Motorsports, and turn on the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any coverage across the worlds of motorsport. And, of course, the wonderful FE Bar. That's going to be on Mondays as well, after the events, where you can have your say on what's happening in the Formula E Discord. And you can get that by using the hashtag Discord, well, the exclamation mark Discord, in the chat, and it will come up and you can join the link and get all of the action as well. I go for Mahindra, says VRDN as well, as a top champions. That, I think, is looking likely. I'm not sure how much you've seen from Mahindra, but they are faster than ever, we've seen.
Yeah, faster than ever, as you mentioned. So, yeah, definitely a great pick for people to get behind. So that is definitely a team that you can support. Let us know if there's anyone else, as JB mentioned, that anyone will be supporting across the season. So many different personalities, so many different drivers as well to get behind, and of course the team. So yeah, it is really, really great to see the new season and some new faces that always enter the show, and the fans that they bring at the same time. Always very great and enjoyable to listen to them and watch as well, and everything they get up on social media, the teams and the drivers. Always great to see what they come up with behind the scenes.
Yeah, still going very, very strong indeed out here as the situation continues. Just trying to get our next segment operational, which will be the round table from this morning that we heard from Jeff Dodds, because I know many people complained with some audio. Let's go quickly though back to Sebastian Buemi. Now on day one he had a bit of a brake issue, but it has been fixed, and Buemi is now running in 6th position. He's currently out on the circuit. Jack Gimana spoke to him after the opening day of the test.
So, how was your first day? Obviously, it wasn't an ideal start. You weren't on track for the first hour. I don't know if you can explain a little bit more about that, but how was your first day back?
Yeah, it was basically the first day back in the car since London for me. I didn't get any testing in between, so Of course, missing an hour was not really nice. We had a small issue on the BBW, so we had to change it, and it's a pretty long change. But once it was changed, it was okay. So just a bit behind in terms of setup development and the run plan. But still, at the end, we were able to do some laps in 350 and 300. We were able to gather some good data. So not too bad, considering we missed quite a bit of the session.
Yeah, talk to me about the run plan. Obviously, it's not a evolution in terms of revolution. Sorry, is a better word in terms of the Gen 4 next season. It's Gen 3 Evo. It's just software development. What is the plan? How do you think you guys can get better this week?
Yeah, so basically in the off season we've analyzed a little bit our weaknesses, which is mainly consistency in qualifying laps. You know, not really able to put the lap together, and obviously. I'd say that the racecraft was not bad, but the qualifying performance was poor. So we've brought some upgrades on the software, some different things to try to make it easier for me to do a good lap at the limit. And I feel like we will test all those things that we've thought about and worked on since London. We did today already a few things which I think worked well. The correlation with the sim also worked well, so we will continue to go deeper into those upgrades, and hopefully by the end of the week we'll be happy and ready for Sao Paulo.
Yeah, just finally on me, obviously we had a small regulation change with the attack mode, and if you don't run out of time, it's okay. Do you think there'll be like some loopholes there in terms of just running to the end of the race, take it on the final lap, and then all okay?
I think that could be a very bad thing to do, to be honest, to take it at the end, because you'll get the loss of taking it, but you will not get the advantage of using it. And now with the four-wheel drive, it's such a big advantage to actually use it, that if you would not be obliged to activate it, it's one thing, but because you have to activate it, you better use it. So for sure, I think people may delay the activation a bit compared to what they did this year. Because this year you would have got a penalty if you were not able to use it fully, which is not going to be the case in the future. So it will incentivize people to wait longer to use the second attack. However, you still want to use it because it's a good gain. You can overtake a lot of cars with it.
All right, thank you very much. Cheers.
Sebastian Buemi there, talking with Jack Giamana on day one of the pre-season testing here for Valencia. It's always a good run. It's always a shockingly good run around here as well. But yeah, we'll pick up shortly with the roundtable from Jeff Dodds as well. And then JT's got some more interviews coming up. He's hard at work editing right now as well on the stream. So that's always going to be good fun, just to prove it to him. There he is. He's locked in and focused, ready to go, and editing our content ahead of this afternoon. He's just seen those on stream as well. I'm going to laugh and give us a smile in a second. But yeah, so JT is hard at work getting the information. And he's back with me, though, right here and now. And yeah, credit where credit's due to JT, an amazing editor, and he's gone everything so far today really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Great editing and great job getting us stuff as well at a very quick and rapid rate as well. It's been very helpful getting us all of the good coverage from this week, which is very, very helpful as well to give us some breaks up here in the box as well.
Now, Zach Maloney's just been noted for overspeeding in the pit lane. Now, that shouldn't be too big of an issue because it's only a test session, but it's a bit of a naughty thing to do. Probably that would be the fine of like a round of beers or something with her. As daft as that. Evans top still 121.858. NATO 20,000 off. The times right now have slowed down dramatically, so they are now really running race pace simulation data. VRDN says a reason Mahindra are so fast now is because their future decision depends on season 12 results, whether as a manufacturer or customer, as the final decision comes from MD. The Amishala in India. Yeah, I think as well. We'll bring the boys in shortly about that from trackside, because we were talking about this yesterday. Mahindra really are in a bit of trouble now because we don't know if they're going to stay as a manufacturer. The rumour is they're going to go to a customer-based team for a couple of years and then maybe come back as a manufacturer. But right now, it is debatable what's going to happen in Generation 4. They have yet to commit, and they have yet to outline their plans, although admittedly we don't know what Gen 4 looks like yet, and that is coming up in just a few months' time. If you think about it, Gen 4 should get underway December 2026, so just a year away, and we have no idea what it's going to look like. And as we heard from our CEO Jeff Dodds yesterday, it could be springtime where we see our first images of the car's trackside. 2 hours to go then here at the Valencia test. I think we'll cover the first last 4 minutes of this one, as a couple of drivers coming across the line. Cassidy included goes up into 11th place, 1:23.943. Over the line next goes Norman Nato, doesn't improve on time. Dan Ticktum, he's third fastest, 38.649.9. 36.2, so yeah, he's slow in the middle sector as well. He even let Norman Nato go through over the line. Over now comes Joel Eriksson into the 13.14.15 chicane on the back straight. He'll approach up to the line, and I think he might have a little bit of a better opportunity to escape into the distance as he comes over the line. Are we going to see a change of time? Are we going to see a difference? Answer, no. Eriksson is coming to the pit lane. Okay, so 2 hours and 4 minutes to go. Let's send it back down, because yesterday the world's media was able to have a round table discussion with the Formula E CEO Jeff Dodds, in which you could ask any questions. And amongst that was our own team of Jack Giamana and Jack Pickering. This is what they had to say.
Obviously, like back in Valencia, obviously important because obviously Formula E are based here. Obviously, what happened last year.
Yeah.
How important is it, obviously, just to be back in Valencia and kick off the season? Obviously, last Gen 3 Evo season as well.
Yeah.
So how important is that for Formula E just being back here?
So it's my first time here, actually. So I started 2.5 years ago, but I wasn't able to do the season 10 testing in season 9 because I had a different appointment. And then with obviously the floods last year. So it's actually my first time here. So, but I think it's a really interesting location for us because our founders are Spanish. So Spain has a very special place for us. We do have an office here at this track, as you know, which is where our logistics hub is based out of. And we're going to our first race in Spain this year. So it feels very poignant that we're back here in Valencia. I think it feels a little more poignant after all the tragedy of last year with the flooding. They've done the most remarkable job here to get the circuit and the track back to good shape. But of course, whilst we're just looking at the track, if you look beyond the track, there's still a huge amount of work and recovery that will be going on for many years to come. So yeah, it feels lovely to be back here and lovely to be supporting the province or the region of Valencia.
The tragedy was exactly 1 year ago today.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And it's gone so quickly as well, that time period. But I came and visited just after the floods, and it was absolute devastation here. It was absolutely tragic.
Let's talk about your vision, right? Because we talked last year about your vision for Formula E and where it's going. How do you think you are on that journey? Because obviously Gen 4 next season, obviously we can't discount this season in terms of the vision, in terms of Gen 3 Evo and pushing that marketing and pushing that thing ready for Gen 4. So how do you think the last year has gone in terms of elevating Formula E to a higher level?
So this man's going to earn his money now because it'll be a long answer. So yeah, I have to look at that through lots of different lenses. So if we look at how's it gone in the data, so have we grown? We're a growth business. We're a fast growth business. So on one hand, fan base has grown pretty rapidly. TV audience has grown pretty rapidly. Our media footprint has grown. Our digital views and our digital footprint has really grown quickly. So if I look back on last year, I thought it was a good year in terms of some of the numbers of growth. But we also can't discount the environment that we're trying to grow in because it's a pretty complicated environment for the auto sector right now. So I think if you look at the leadership of the manufacturers that support our championship, pretty much, with the exception of one, I think they pretty much all had a change of CEO in the last 12 months, going through very complicated time. So we've delivered growth set against the context of a very complicated environment that we're trading in. But whilst it's the last year of Gen 3 Evo, of course, everything in the background is about developing the next car because that will be shown to the world in the spring of next year, and it will be on the track, physically on the track, probably from December of next year. So we're not far off, a year away from that car being racing at the start of season 13. So very satisfied with how that car's developing. And in the end, racing's about cars and drivers. So attracting new drivers to the championship, Felipe Drogovic and people like that coming into the championship, and us putting them in a car that is an absolutely world-class car is top priority for me. So I could talk about calendar expansion, so Miami Hard Rock, first race in Madrid, second race in China. I can talk about new drivers coming. I could talk about Mr. Beast. I could talk about the Evo sessions, about loads of stuff that we've done. But in the end, making sure that we produce an absolutely amazing Gen 4 car and we continue the underlying growth is what it's all about. So I don't like to score myself. Maybe 7.5 out of 10. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
About political questions, some years ago in Europe, European Commission decided that in 2035 will be no more allowed to sell
combustion cars.
petrol cars. Now they are discussing again about this. There are some doubts. This situation, another political question that we know, can complicate more the Formula E process for growth, or is part of the game?
I'm not sure politics is a game, but yeah. So I'm British. So in the United Kingdom, we had the regulation or the government statement was to not sell cars, internal combustion cars, beyond 2030, and that obviously got moved back to 2035. So I think what would be helpful is clarity. And clarity means having dates that don't move around or are subject to further discussion. On the other hand, I don't think it massively affects us, because this year there's probably going to be between 17 and 20 million electric vehicles sold around the world. And the projections are that, irrespective of the subsidies and the changes politically, the projection is that will probably be 40 million by 2030. So whatever happens and whatever changes around those dates, it looks like the growth of electric vehicles for domestic road cars anyway, will continue. In the end, from a racing point of view, the fact that we race electric is one of the things that makes us unique. On the other hand, we just race cars. So the fact that the physics of the electric vehicle means it has better low-end torque, can accelerate faster, ultimately in time will probably be able to surpass any Formula One car simply because of the physics of battery electric vehicle. I think at a point in time, people will forget that it's a battery electric vehicle and it will just be a racing car that happens to be really, really fast on the track. So clarity would be helpful, but we're not in control of it. So I tend not to worry about things I can't control. I tend to focus more on producing really fast, great racing cars. They just happen to be electric only.
And about the racing car and also the development of the electric vehicle market, I saw that now the battery market is expanding and is getting better and better and better. For example, the Gen 4 battery is very strong, and the evolution is getting faster. And do you see in the near future maybe the liberalization of the battery for the team? Or not?
I think maybe two answers to that. So I think the limiting factor of racing electric vehicles is more the battery than the powertrain, of course, because a powertrain operates in excess of 97% efficiency. So it's the battery development that has to keep going. And I think the cell chemistry development in batteries, moving towards solid-state batteries, is happening so rapidly now that my guess is by Gen 5, whenever that will be, could be quicker than 4 years, who knows, but by Gen 5, the likelihood is we'll be in solid-state batteries or a far advanced version of the battery we have today. And that allows us to take significant weight out of the car. So that's a key factor in performance. Now, whether that means we open up battery development for the teams and the manufacturers is a different question, because one of the concerns and the reason we don't open it is because it's an incredibly expensive thing to do, is develop batteries. And what we don't want necessarily is to increase the cost massively for the teams in the championship, and also for the teams with the deepest pockets, with the most money, to get a significant advantage on the track because we like the fact that we have such competitive racing. So it might be too soon to open it for Gen 5, but at some point in the future it might become part of the manufacturer.
The question is, in these two questions, the first question is, in these 12 years of competition, what is the biggest challenge that you've been able to overcome? And secondly, with all of these advances, all of these developments being made in electric vehicles, at what point do you think much of this will be able to be transferred to the new, to just normal vehicles on the street, on the road?
So I think maybe the biggest challenge was just survival, because 12 years, starting a new motorsport from scratch, and for that to become not just a new motorsport, but a new motorsport that's a world championship and has Porsche, Jaguar, Stellantis, Nissan, Yamaha, all these massive brands and world-class drivers in just 11, 12 years. So I think, and I wasn't part of that, but I think I have to chapeau to the people that fought really hard in the beginning to create something from scratch and for it to survive. And if you look back to that first generation of the car, it wasn't very fast. The battery lasted for half the race, and a lot of people wrote it off as a bit of a joke. And you look at where it is today, and it's on the verge of producing a car that's not far off a Formula One car in terms of performance, racing all over the world. So I think that's an incredible achievement. In terms of the development, a load of the current development in these cars goes directly into road cars already today. So powertrain development, so the people developing powertrains here, that powertrain learning is going directly into their production cars today, their road cars today. Software is a massive opportunity, and a lot of the efficiency software development that happens in these cars goes directly into their road cars today. And I know I tell these stories, but Jaguar tell lovely stories about transferability between their racing car and the I-Pace range of vehicles. The new Porsche Taycan has technology included within it that they develop within attack mode. So there's lots of development already finding its way there. The tyres here, developed by Hankook, is the Ion range of tyres. It's a range of tyres they use and sell for road vehicles today. So lots of that development already finds its way in. Well, so lots of questions. So one, we hope it produces more exciting racing. The racing here is pretty exciting with the Gen 3 Evo car. So we hope it produces as exciting racing, because obviously it's a much bigger car, much more powerful car. Our net zero credibility. So we under the old definition, we were net zero from day zero. The definition is changing a bit. So we have a commitment between season 5 and season 15 to reduce our underlying carbon emissions by 45%, which we're well on track to do. So even with the introduction of the Gen 4 car, and wherever we choose to race the Gen 4 car, our personal carbon emissions will be coming down, so not going the other way. The Gen 4 car itself is 100% recyclable, first time we've had that, and 20% of the car itself will be made of recycled parts. So it's a new benchmark for sustainable driving. We, of course, want to stay driving in city centres. So we want to still be around the big cities of the world. The challenge with a bigger, faster car is, in some places, that becomes more complicated. So a good example would be London. The track we use in London today, for a car that's 30 centimetres longer and 600 kilowatts in the joules, it's almost impossible to race that car on that circuit. So we have to look at alternatives. Now, if we look at fixed circuits, we have to look at the right fixed circuit. So still near to a city centre, and still delivering some kind of road style layout, as opposed to just a big oval or a big circuit. So our challenge is, how do we retain our identity, because we're born as a street racing champion, as the cars get bigger and faster. But we believe we can do that, but it won't be a compromise to our commitment to sustainability. It definitely won't be. We're still committed to reduce our underlying carbon emissions.
Really anxious about Tokyo. Brisbane is not suitable for the Gen 4 car.
No, we think we can format that circuit to be suitable for the Gen 4 car. So we've simulated the Tokyo layout. The beauty of Tokyo is we have a bit more flexibility with that circuit layout to widen it in places and make other changes. So no, we're very confident if we choose to continue racing in Tokyo, that we can make it work beautifully for the Gen 4 car.
So Formula E is present in the key markets, let's say, that you want to be, the manufacturers want to be. So what's your vision for the next 5 years?
Yeah.
What's the markets you want to be present on with additional races, with races for the first times, Australia, for example, Africa? What can you say us about that?
Yeah, so so Tobias, the plan is that we add a race every year out to 2030. So we think the right number of races for us is about 22, something like that. We're at 16 today. So too many?
Good air miles.
Good air miles, yeah. So that's the plan. So I think the two core markets, but that's not fair. The two largest markets, if you talk to our manufacturers and our teams, consistently will come back as North America and China, because they're the biggest markets to sell to in the world. So doubling down and having multiple races in those two locations is important. We obviously have 2 races in China this year with Shanghai and Sanya. We only have 1 race in North America. So I've said it publicly, we will look at adding a second race over the next 2 years into North America. Then if you look at Central Europe, obviously we used to race in Italy. That's obviously has a strong heartland for motor racing in Italy. So we will look at whether we can reintroduce a race into Italy. Obviously, some people might say Monaco is part of France, but not everybody who's French would agree with that. So France is another core European market we look at. India, core market. We have a very strong relationship with, obviously, Tata is the owner of Jaguar. Infosys are a primary partner of ours. Mahindra have a racing team, so we have deep connections with India. We've raced there in the past. We'd love to be in India. We don't have a race in Central Africa, and it's a massive growing population, important part of the world. So we look at Central Africa. So there are, I mean, who knows exactly where we end up, because we also get lots of people appeal to us to take races there, and sometimes they're very compelling conversations for us to take races to places. But I would expect over the next few years for you to see another race in North America, 1 or 2 new races coming into Europe, and then India, potentially Central Africa coming onto our calendar. And Australia, by the way, Australia/New Zealand, a long way away. So it's a long way away, although we do go out as far as Jakarta, Indonesia now, so we get pretty close to it. It's a long way away, but again, very passionate part of the world. And if you want to be a truly global motorsport, then in time you do have to look at taking your product around the world to show everybody.
I would like to ask you how important is for you having Spain as also as a growing fan base, all this stuff that comes to Formula A when a country has more presence.
Yeah. So look, so there's no question. We can have amazing broadcast relationships in countries, do great deals, but until you take a race to the country, it's difficult to truly unlock engagement with the fan base. As I said right up front, you know, our founders are Spanish. We have a very deep connection with Spain. We've tested here since 2019. We have an office here in Valencia. It's logical that we have a race in Spain. We're super. We also have Cupra as a manufacturer now, working with Kiro, and we have our first for a long time, Spanish driver in Pepe Marti. It feels like all the ingredients have come together. The timing's perfect to do something. And obviously you've got Formula One moving from Barcelona to Madrid, and you know, changes happening there. So a very passionate fan base. They love their motorsport here in Spain. Early signs for us on the Madrid race are very, very encouraging. So we haven't really officially opened for ticket sales yet, but we've got a lot of reserved tickets. So there's a lot of interest already. So we're excited to see what happens in Madrid. Now we've come here, I'll be very disappointed if Spain doesn't stay on our calendar for the foreseeable future.
Just for now, if we can imagine that in the future, Formula E will be all races with double header.
No, the double headers are interesting. So double headers are very efficient. So if you remember, we don't rent circuits. We grew up building circuits. So if you're spending a lot of money building a circuit in the middle of a city, it's very efficient to get a double race out of it, to get a second race out of it. But it does bring some challenges. And the challenges it brings is an emotional one for the drivers and the teams, because, for example, in Monaco, they want to be the winner of Monaco. So when there's 2 races, there's 2 winners of Monaco. So it does bring some emotional changes, because it's not typical for motorsport. But from a sustainability point of view, So from an emissions point of view, not travelling every race to a different location is a good thing for us. It's more value for money. But often, sometimes the second day is a bit more challenging than the first, because a lot of fans turn up for the first race and then you want to still get the fans to the second race, and that becomes a bit more complex. But I think we will continue to have some double headers, but not all double headers. No, because it's just, there are some places where it's just unnecessary to do it.
And you're back with us live. So yeah, double headers, they will still exist, but not always in all places, which is kind of to be expected, but we will maintain the procedure that could be different. But still, we are 1 hour and 45 minutes away from the conclusion of the final test session for the pre-season test of the regular season drivers before tomorrow. The women's test is on operation. 2 3-hour sessions in the morning and afternoon. We will bring you all of the action from that. Taylor Barnard is currently fastest, 1:21.5. Roland second, Nato third, Evans fourth. Boemi just shoots up into fifth position, 1:22.009. Tinctum sixth, Maloney seventh, Degrassi eighth, Ericsson ninth. Maximilian Gunther has the top 10. Eduardo Mortara jumps to 11th now with a 1:23.849. Cassidy 12th, De Vries 13th, Da Costa 14th, Dragovic 15th, Dennis 16th, Marty 17th, Muller 18th, Verline 19th, and Jean-Eric Verne goes into 20th position. So there's a lot more information and a lot more access coming through here as things stand. But we have a total of 1 hour 43 to go. Omi, are you still here?
Hello, I still am.
Hello. How was it all?
All going well, and this Formula E test, I think, same description, I think. All is looking good. We are sprinting our way to the finish of the testing for the regular drivers before we get the women tests going tomorrow as well, and a complete different running tomorrow as well. So looking forward to seeing how they all get on tomorrow. But for now, it's the drivers as they finish up their testing and their critical running before the new season of Formula E. So it's all looking good, and yeah, great to see Barnard currently at the top. And the closer we get to the end of the session, I think we're going to get more and more drivers and teams possibly just trying to get in that quickest lap just to earn testing on a high.
Yep, hopefully they can end testing on a high as well as we continue to progress forward. What we're seeing here, it's Halloween tomorrow, but Roland goes 1:21.666. Decent performance from the Nissan at the moment. Nato is in third. Roland's actually just come back out onto the circuit. So there's a bit of time to be found. A few more Delta operations, which is going to be very eventful. But so far, so good here in the testing action. But Barnard, 1:21.5 on top. Evans is back into the pit lane. 10 cars out on the track. 10 cars are in the pit lane as it stands, which I suppose is a relatively relaxed atmosphere. We're not expecting too much of an issue going forward. Still all looking very, very good. We'll have the press conferences soon to bring up all the latest opinions as well. But as I said earlier on in the day, we had Tommasino Volpe's interview. Coming up soon, we're going to have all of the access as well. We'll have live interview from Mark Preston, the team principal down there at Lola. But we heard again this morning from the drivers' press conference. Let's hear from yesterday in the team's press conference with all the action now.
From left to right, we have Mark Preston from the Lola Yamaha Apt Formula E team, Ian James from Jaguar TCS Racing, and Sylvain Filippi from Envision Racing. Ian, a new job for you. You've got 2 new drivers in your fold. Must be a very exciting time to take over at Jaguar TCS Racing.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Firstly, great to be here. Great to be back on the track in Valencia, as always. Yeah, very exciting time to be joining the Jaguar TCS Formula E team. It's obviously been one of the staples of the Formula E landscape for many, many years. And for me personally, a great opportunity not only to come into a team with such rich history and heritage, but also get back into the manufacturer fold as well, which is something I've been looking forward to. So, no, great opportunity. Early days, 3.5 weeks in, so still on that very steep learning curve, but very much enjoying it.
On a personal level for you, it was the end of a very long chapter in London, and it was an emotional end to that chapter. How do you take time out to kind of close that one chapter before starting this new chapter, 3.5 weeks ago?
You know, I was looking forward to a very sort of relaxing summer and the sort of glide path out of one organisation and then into another, and of course it never works out that way. So it was there was a lot going on, a lot we needed to do with the team. Just very quickly to reflect on that, maybe very happy, and it shows the quality of the people that we have working in this championship in particular. That pretty much every single team member was snapped up very quickly indeed as we wound that organisation down, which, as I say, is testament to the people involved. But I always knew also coming into this new role there was going to be a lot to do. So a lot of preparation over the summer, getting to know some of the characters involved as well. So no rest for the wicked, as they say. Good luck on translating that one. I hope there's something in Spanish we can go with that.
You come into an organisation that's had some great success in recent years, but also has high demands, and the driver's title is still a title you'd like to add to your collection. How competitive are you, how confident are you that you'll be competitive in every championship that you're competing in, all three of them this season?
Well, I'm very competitive to start with, which is great, as is the team. In terms of confidence, I'm not naive to the challenge. We're starting to see already within the last 2.5 days just how tight season 12 is going to be. The level of competition just increases year by year, but of course we're going into the 4th year of this Gen 3 phase. And it means that the performance of all the team's manufacturers has converged as well. So it's going to be a huge challenge, but I'm confident at least that we've got the ingredients. What we now need to find is the consistency to be able to deliver, but we'll be chasing after all 3 titles, that's for sure.
Thank you very much, Ian. Sylvain, you managed 3 podiums last season, but I think you would admit that it was disappointing with points a little bit hard to come by. How are you working as a team, as an organisation, on being more in the mix this season?
Yes, good afternoon first, everybody. Yeah, I think last year, as with our partners at Jaguar, we had some reliability issues. We've been, it was a new year, Evo version of the car. So yeah, we've been fighting reliability issues, which have been harming our effort in performance. So we managed to show, especially towards the end of the season with Jaguar as well, some better performance towards the end of the season. But we've had some issues. So yeah, we definitely aim to do better this year. I have high hopes ultimately that we'll be able to unlock the performance. These cars are getting more and more complex, and as Ian said, it's getting more and more competitive every year. So yeah, we need to. I'm hoping for a calmer garage, and hopefully we can focus on performance and have much better results.
Much like Ian, you're working with a new driver this season with Joel Eriksson coming into the team. What was the thinking behind Joel being your second driver with Seb, and what does he bring to the team?
Yeah, so we've known Joel for a very long time. We tested him many years ago alongside Giovanazzi, and we liked him a lot at the time. He had signed at the time a deal with DTM and ultimately went and did that. But he's been on our radar for a long time, and then, as timing and life happens, he ended up at Jaguar in the reserve and development role, which was really great because you could then see what he was doing and so on. So yeah, he's a driver we've always been very excited about. He's one of these exciting young talent coming, and it doesn't hurt at all that he knows the car really well, having been embedded in the Jaguar environment. So we are really excited to have him on board and develop a new talent. And we'll see what the beginning of the season brings for him. A lot to adapt. But don't forget that he did such an excellent job deputizing in Berlin last year when we had the WEC clash issues. And he managed to score points on his second race in a really, really combative field when it was the peak of the peloton races. So I have a very high degree of confidence that he has the pace and also the kind of the racecraft to emerge really well from this racing. So yeah, it's really great. And then I think it's really great to see young drivers coming and new faces in the sport, but also people that represent the sport really well. He's a really good all-round guy, and I think he's going to be a great addition to the sport. So, yeah, I wish him really great success. We'll do everything we can to support him, and then hopefully we'll have a great time in Formula E.
Thank you very much, Mark. Congratulations, first of all, on your new role. How did these changes behind the scene at the team come about this week?
Yeah, obviously Thomas Birmeyer is focusing more on his duties as CEO at ABB in Germany. So at the same time, Lola's building up more now for getting ready for Gen 4, and made sense that we get closer and closer together as a group. Obviously, Fred Espinosa will work with me very closely and continue to run all the operations of the team. As Lola starts to build up more a vehicle science team and other elements that we get ready for our Gen 4 operations, and obviously continue from last year and try to get some more points and go a bit quicker.
You're one of the teams that stuck with the same driver lineup that we saw on track last year. It was a very tough rookie year for Zane Maloney. How important for you and for him is it that his development continues and he gets some points soon? Because I know that that's kind of one hurdle that might stick in the back of a driver's mind.
Yeah, he's working very hard at the moment. He's having a good day actually yesterday and today, so I think we're making progress, which will help him. Obviously a difficult year last year, but it was at Gen 3.5, and so we came in a bit later than everybody else. And as we all know, being in this sport for a long time, it takes a while to build up. So we're building up carefully. Really, we're trying to sort of go forward always. I like to be on a positive gradient, so hopefully the positive gradient will mean that he gets points soon. But he's going quite well today over this test, so I think confidence is building all the time.
Thank you very much, Mark. I'm just going to open it up if anyone would like to ask a question. Incredibly quick there from Jack.
Hello, Jack Jordan Maynard from Formula Reason. Question to Ian. I just want to know, obviously, because new environment, how does it feel? Does it feel like those early days at Mercedes when you first walked in, a completely new team? And how do you think your experience, because obviously you won 2 championships with the team and the drivers at Mercedes, and Van Dorn, can't forget Van Dorn. How do you think your experience of those championship wins can help Jaguar maybe cross the line?
Well, I think it is definitely different. I'm glad to be all in black now. It's much more slimming, which is nice. I think the key difference, though, when we started out as Mercedes, is that we started really with a blank sheet of paper. So building up from nothing. I've now coming into an environment which has been established for a long time, has had a huge amount of success, has a brilliant team of men and women already in place. So it's a different challenge for me. A different dynamic, but one I'm very much looking forward to. In terms of what I can bring to the party and that experience, I'm going to take my time observing and just understanding how it's working at the moment before we sort of see what I can do to add value into it. At the end of the day, I'm there to support the team to make sure that they've got everything that they need in order to deliver, and as we were talking about earlier, deliver on those 3 championships as well. So we'll take it step by step, but very, very much looking forward to the challenge. And of course, not only have we got season 12 to look forward to, but we're already starting and have started work on preparing for Gen 4, which means that the workload and that intro is going to be pretty significant.
Thank you very much. That's all we have time for. Thank you for attending. Thank you to our guests, our team principals, and thank you very much to Eddie for incredible translations.
Thank you.
Translation, please.
Asking for the translation at the end of it as well. Always the funny ones. Hello, FEZ team. Nice on-site coverage as Formula Gelduck as well. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully everyone's enjoying themselves trackside as well as the atmosphere is building. Just an hour and 30 minutes to go. We are halfway there in the final test session of the week for the main drivers, as tomorrow we have the women's test in operation as well. Another 6 hours for the teams to get out there on site. Roland still top, 1:21.498. Barnard second by just 0.02 of a second, separating them at the moment. And Omi, looks like Roland's continuing on from his charge from last year, and he's pushing back towards the top as more and more times get faster and faster.
He absolutely is as well, so he's continuing to push on hard, as you mentioned, building upon everything last year, and he finds himself only 2 thousandths clear at the moment. You can tell how close the margins are in this Formula E testing at the moment, and we hope that those margins can continue to be just as close when we get into the remainder of the season as well, with the qualifyings and also with the races as well. We want to see those close finishes. We want to see those incredible races that go all the way till the end. So yes, should be quite a good season if we continue to see the closest, and it's quite unpredictable this season of Formula E. So yes, we're definitely heading into that direction of it being really competitive.
A few moments' time, we're going to be hearing from Mark Preston as well. Mark Preston is the brand new team principal down there trackside, so we'll keep up to date with him as well as the situation continues to go on. So Mark will be joining us. Mark Preston from the Formula E Zone will be joining from Lola Yamaha, I should say. He's coming up soon. So apparently, latest news coming in from Jack Giamana and Jack Pickering trackside. We have a failure for Jean-Eric Verne on the FPK, and that's why he's not out on the circuit, and he's just on a 136.453. And that, as JT has correctly pointed out as well, thank you very much, JT, is the front power kit. Brand new device for the Evo season, so he's had a front power kit failure. That is why Jean-Eric Verne is not out on the circuit right now. So that's our first sort of technical issue, Omi, of the test, because all the other red flags have been for cars going off in the gravel traps.
Absolutely. There was always going to be some form of issue. It's surprisingly it's taken all the way up until this as well, this session. But yes, it's very nice to see everything is quite reliable, and it is not exactly what the team would have wanted, but I'm sure they'll check what's happened and they'll recover from it and continue on the push as well and gather all the data they need for the season ahead.
So always looking strong as well out there on the circuit. I'm just being told that shortly we will have Jack Pickering interviewing Mark Preston is down there at the board. So Mark is coming up shortly as it's all now flying through. So we'll hear from him shortly trackside. 1:28 to go, 2,000 second difference. Evans, Tickton, Dragovic just come back on the circuit. Gunther, Ericsson, Muller, Verline. Oh, and Jev! Jev has gone out there on the circuit. Jev has made it out onto the track. Oh, hang on. As our pictures have gone a little bit funny. Hopefully you can still hear us. Apologies if we just broke up momentarily there on the stream. Apologies. There was a technical gremlin that came through. As I just said, Jean-Eric Verne has managed to get back out onto the circuit. So he is now regrouping. Let's see what he does in this session. He needs to improve a hell of a lot at the moment. He's 28.6 in the first sector, 30.3 second sector. Are we going to see a stronger lap time? He's coming up towards the last corner now. I would say, Omi, this will be at least a 1 minute 27, 28. So now just off the pace a little bit. Let's see what it is. Over the line. And yeah, it's a 124.279. So it goes 17th.
There we go. There we go. Lap time came in as well. And yeah, exactly as you mentioned, would be trying to push on and get a time on the board. But he's got there, and now he can continue to build upon that as well. 1 hour and under 30 minutes to go now on the clock. So we are absolutely sprinting our way through this afternoon session as well.
Yeah, apologies for the signal error that flashed up on your screens shortly as well. The momentarily issue with connections from the circuit glitching our systems. We're operational now. Getting close to the fastest time. Roland then with a lapsy circuit Ricardo Tomo at a 1 minute 21.498. The best time we saw was a 1:21.493. We're getting ever so closer to the best time set by Mortara back on Tuesday morning. So close, just 2,000 ahead of Barnard as they trade to the top spot as well. So it is getting close. It is getting very entertaining out here. What we could see, the sort of a pressure cooker atmosphere rising up. But let's go down and join as well In a few seconds' time, we're going to have an interview down trackside with Mark Preston. Mark will be able to talk us everything because he's going to be talking with the wonderful Jack Pickering, who have all of the latest information for us as well. Okay, let's go down trackside. Down to you, Pico.
Cheers, Josh. I'm here with Mark Preston, the new team principal of Lola Yamaha Apt.
Yes.
Congrats on the promotion.
Thank you. Yeah, back to the old ways, I suppose. Going back to the roots at Tachida and Naguri and everything. So yeah, it's good to be back in the position, and hopefully we'll show some good progress this year.
How did it come about? Obviously, Thomas was team principal last year. What's he up to now, and for you to kind of step in this role?
As we know, the automotive world has got quite a lot of challenges. So he's obviously the CEO of Apt. So he's back at base as such, dealing with all the things that they have to deal with in the world of modified cars and other projects that Apt takes part in.
And obviously, it's a sophomore year for Lola coming into the series at the start of last year. How do you see this year going? Because obviously, last year was the development year, learning about. Well, obviously, you've had so much experience in this series, but it was new from both the Lola and Yamaha side to come into the sport.
I think it always takes time for groups of people to get to know each other. That includes obviously all the Apt guys getting to know the Lola guys, and also Yamaha. So all working together, understanding how each other work, and then working on all of the little issues that we find during the year. We're just getting better and better. We weren't as prepared as we were this year at this test, for example. We've come into this test with a lot more organisation. It's a lot about process and procedures and ways of working and models, and bringing the driver in the loop simulator up further and further in terms of capability. So every little area is developing, and we don't stop, and that just shows in sometimes the preparation. It's hard to see it from the outside maybe, but the preparation behind the scenes is a lot better, so that hopefully will play out in our lap times and then performance.
So how much preparation has gone into this season then? Because obviously the hardware is still the same. You can only do software updates for this year. But then we've got Gen 4, which is going to be huge next year. So are you focusing more on that, or have you been focusing on a little bit on this as well?
There's a group of people that are working on Gen 4 because it's testing soon. So we've kind of split our resources. So I'm more focusing on the racing this year, where Peter McCool and the others, JC Joel, concentrating on the Gen 4 car, and the same was true with Yamaha. And we've got a small test team which is also supported by the Apt engineers and mechanics and drivers, obviously. So we're trying to split our resources in a way that's sensible. Anything that we can learn this year, which will definitely have an impact in Gen 4, we're focusing on. But maybe some areas that may not get used in Gen 4, we perhaps maybe don't put as much effort into this year.
And obviously, you've kept your same lineup from this year to last. Lucas had obviously that podium in Miami, which was huge. Zane didn't get the chance to get a point on the board, but how have they come into this year? And are they looking more prepared for this year?
Yeah, I think so. And as we all work together more, get to know each other, get to understand everyone's strengths and weaknesses. Obviously, Zane is. Well, I can tell from the last few days that he's getting on top of a lot of the areas. We are getting on top of some of the areas in the car which were maybe not as consistent as the drivers would like. And so I think we're making good progress to bring him up with a good chance this year to score more points.
So we were at dinner last night, a little bit off topic,
Yeah.
but someone said that you had a hand in designing the double diffuser on the Brawn in 2009.
So back in the days when HRF1 and Super Aguri were working together closely, we led the aero program with people like Ben Wood, and they were starting to work on the 2009 rules a lot earlier than everybody else. and that paid benefits. And it was a combination of a lot of people. I can't remember where the actual idea came from, but it was a group of people, including HRF1 and Honda, that came up with the concept, and that didn't show up for another, what was it, year and a half or something like that. That group of people went over to work for HRF1, so as a total group, it was quite a prepared year of aero, a long way earlier than everybody else probably perceived that was being worked on. So it was in that sort of total ecosystem.
Wow, fascinating. Back to you, Josh.
Cheers, boys. I had no idea that Mark was involved in that double diffuser. That is amazing. I mean, Omi, I know it's a bit before your time, isn't it? And you're going to say, oh, you're old. But it was impressive. Super impressive. So, Roland on top. Still with a 121.498. Barnard, Nato, Mortara, De Vries, Evans, Dennis, Boemi, Tictum, and Dragovic are currently our top 10. Want to say hello as well. Formula Gelder says, wish we were there. We miss seeing FE cars. Sadly, they're not coming to Jakarta next year. Sadly, they're not at the moment. They might go back to Jakarta. Here's hoping we have them again. Saz says, just saying hello, and I'm so glad Citroën went metallic to distinguish from its other red cars. Andretti's black also helps differentiate the shiny cars. The DS looks amazing in the sub as well. Absolutely does. And also, hello to Joan's girlfriend saying FEZ hello. Fez hello. Hello. Everybody watching on. Hopefully everyone's enjoying it as we have less than hour 19 to go. So the situation is running strong here as the day goes on. Fingers crossed, though, we're in for a wonderful end. We've got JT brilliantly working on the footage from the sessions of the press conferences. They're coming away shortly. And Omi, a few drivers out there on full power lap times, including Joel Eriksson is down to turn 1 and coming up to the line. Also the 28 for a faster lap time. I can't see where he's on the board. Dragovic is in 10th. So Dragovic getting used to it.
He is indeed at the moment, so that's the way things are going for Felipe Dragovic as he continues now to push on in this session and looks to try and progress further, getting of course all of the running and the critical running that he needs as well from this. Testing so important to make sure that you are fully prepared and all set and ready to go for the opening round of the season, especially for drivers who don't have those seasons underneath them. The experience of drivers, of course, like De Vries, like Roland, all of the drivers have been here for so long in this Formula E Championship.
And it's certainly, I think we're going to see them improving in the last hour and 17 minutes of the session. Eriksson's coming out turn 12 now. Just seen Degrassi move up into 13th, 122.278. But Eriksson on a full power lap time for the first time. I'm hopeful this is going to be a bit better. Over the line. Oh, he proves time, not position. 122.458. 2,000s off the back of Jean-Eric Verne in the Citroën, who on our timing screen now, JT, if you noticed, boys, it's moved to blue. Not red. That's an improvement.
It is an improvement to, I guess, just lighten up a little bit of the red that we've had, I think, across this series so far with so many teams. So yes, always helpful, always appreciated. So a huge thank you for that.
Jaguar was easy to spot in the time and time now because it's just black. Last year it was a different shade. It was white, I believe, so they've swapped over now. Or black, as we heard them say on the timing towers. Dennis, not on a full power lap time. Who is on a full power lap time? The 51 of Nico Muller has just started. So we'll keep an eye on his 6 times. Muller's down in 19th. 125.993 at the moment. Down through the first sector time shortly, coming out of turn 4. 3 left-handers, turns 1, 2 and 3 before you downhill for a right-hander at 4. In a MotoGP session, everybody always crashes there. Mark crashed there, Paul's crashed there, Dobby's crashed there, Valet's crashed there, everyone's crashed at turn 4. Because in such a cold track, the first time you go to the right, you've got no heat on the inside of the tyre. So similar case in Formula E, you get the inside tyre just not exactly heated up a lot, and it will send you wide. First sector though, for Nico Müller was a 29.5, not as quick as Verline's 29.3. So I don't think we're gonna see an interesting timings coming through overall. So far, so good at the moment, as the racing action continues with an hour and 15 minutes to go of this session. Let's now send it back and take a listen. If you missed it at the beginning of the day, the beginning of this session about an hour ago, if you're new here, Tommaso Volpe was coming in, and he spoke as well to Jack, and this is what he had to say on the radio.
You had a great season last year, winning the Drivers' World Championship with Ollie, and just missed out on the team championship. But it was a huge step in the right direction for Nissan.
Yes, for sure, it was a huge step forward in improvement and the growth of the team. However, the second half of the season was quite bad, in fact, and this was the frustrating side. We didn't even finish second in the team championship. We finished third. We really spent quite a lot of time understanding what went wrong in the second half of the season and how to address this weakness to avoid this to happen again. It isn't well.
So yeah, Ollie put in a stunning result. You've re-signed Norman again for this season. He didn't have the greatest of seasons last year. He was unlucky in Miami to not be able to use the attack mode and get the win. How has Norman approached this season to make sure that he can get all the same results as Ollie?
Well, he definitely had to do some work on himself, and we had to work on his side of the garage, because it's never only the drivers. It's also the way you prepare and manage the race on that side of the garage. So I think he's very confident for season 12. It's the very first time in his career in Formula E that he races for the same team 2 years in a row, in the same car, same package. So I think this will put him in a better position compared to last year, where there is nothing new he has to learn, only optimizing his performance. And hopefully he will be a little bit less unlucky than last year, because last year he has also been unlucky many times.
And obviously Ollie became world champion, and he's running the number one this season. How important was it to Nissan to run that number one display? Look, we are the champions. We are the ones to beat.
Yeah, this is very important in motorsport. It's a symbolic thing, but I think psychologically is important for the driver and for the team. It's not just for the driver, because this team won championships in the past, but it's been a long time. And I think when Nissan acquired the team and made it a Nissan Formula E team, we were very ambitious with our plan. But of course, until you don't see this number one on the car, it's still a plan on paper. And I think it was very important to make everyone proud of what they've been able to achieve.
And Nissan were relatively close in fighting for the manufacturer's title. You came into London with an outside chance. This season, you don't have the second team. McLaren are now off the grid. Does that make it even more difficult to be able to fight the likes of the teams that have, well, Porsche have 6 cars in the fight, and most of the other teams have 4?
Yeah, this is, as I said before, the frustrating part of season 11 is that at some point, if you see our season up to the race in Tokyo, it looked like we were dominating, leading the 3 rankings, team, manufacturer, and driver, obviously. And so we were on the road to win at least 2 championships. And for us as Nissan, the manufacturer championship is very important, because we are here to demonstrate our expertise on electrification and showing that as manufacturer we could win the championship. Also, thanks to the partner team, was very important for us. So it was very frustrating not to win it last year, and it's even more frustrating the moment we learned that McLaren was leaving the sport, because this put us in a position where, factually, if we are realistic, is probably not a realistic objective. Factor championship, drivers championship, and team championship are our objectives this season, but the manufacturer championship, I think, is out of the reach considering the situation.
And obviously, this week it's a 5-day week for testing. Can you just tell us about how testing goes about from team principal's perspective, and what happens in the team? What sort of things are you testing?
Well, it's quite standard. We bring different ideas and different setups and different calibrations, and we just test everything. And when you see timing not being good, usually it's because ideas that we are trying don't work. So in a way, it's important to know because we take them out of the list of things that we want to try during the season. It's not the bad news. It's just a matter of checking things. And having said that, we are not looking for the best lap time anyway. It's true that what is really important out of the test is the confidence of the drivers in driving, the driving confidence. And so to feel confident with the different setup and finding the ideal setup that they like in the car. And usually when they are confident, even if you are not really pushing for the best lap time, you automatically perform well. So if you have a good time overall, it means that you found some right solutions for the driver.
Right. Cheers, Tommaso. Thank you very much.
Very much. Thank you.
There's Tommaso Volpe there, and current lap, if you're still listening, I saw you in the FE bar, but we couldn't drag you in, but if you come back, we'll get you in now. Everything's been sorted there, so hopefully all is good. In about 10 minutes' time, we're going to be in for all of the action because we're going to have a stats game come through, and Pico's going to join us, so that's around about 10 minutes' time. And you at home can get involved as well with the Formula E stats. That will pop up as well. So Jack Pickering will be coming up into the commentary box shortly. Omi, do you feel ready for a game? Don't think you can hear me. Can't hear me. That's fine then, coming through. Out of the last corner at Barnard's. Just circulating in. Omi, hello? It's really strange. I can hear Omi now coming back in. Across the line comes the 77 of Barnard, 121.5 still on the slower lap times coming through. I think there's a mic issue for Omi. We'll get back to him shortly. There he is now. Hello, Omi. We can hear you. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
Lovely. And out of interest as well, we've got a stat game coming up in about 4 o'clock their time over in Valencia. 3 o'clock ours, so in about 8 minutes' time. You ready for a stats game?
Ready to observe you playing a stats game? Yes.
Oh.
Don't worry. I'm gonna sit back in my bed and watch it.
Oh, that's such a cheat. Absolute cheat.
Yeah, but what do you expect me to know about Formula E?
A lot. Especially if you're deputising for filling in for me in Saudi Arabia or even Formula 1. I still don't know how that's going to work out. We'll have to get planning that because it's also F1 testing and I'm not here on that day, so that could be
well done.
Today. I'm not here on the last one to come into it.
Yes, well done. But yes, I'm gonna sit back, watch you play the game to see how much I actually need to know for the round, and then I can, learn as we go along with the game. So yes, should be quite a lot of fun to see you playing it and to see your knowledge at play.
Yeah, not really going to be the best side of it, is it really? I'm quite worried about what I'm going to bring into that stats run. Alarmed, I know, so we'll see how that goes coming into it. Okay, so let's go back to Pico and join Alberto Longo, who was interviewed yesterday on the balcony, and then we'll be ready for our stats game.
Alberto, how was your winter? Super excited to be here on the official test. I'm really looking forward to that 6th of December. I'm going to travel into Sao Paulo for the first race.
How good is it to be back here? Because obviously last year it had to be redone. We went to Madrid very last minute, and it was incredible how we got everyone over to Madrid. But this has been the home of Formula E for over 5 years now. Yeah. So how good is it to be back in Valencia?
I mean, it's fantastic, obviously, to be back here. You saw the images of Valencia, and this particular area really, really damaged last year with the floodings. we have been responsible this year, with help. We have been helping the people here who lost absolutely everything from their home to their cars, to eventually even their lives as well. So definitely there is a lot to do. There is still a lot to do in this region, and Formula E has always been, as helpful as we can be. We are supporting quite a few initiatives here to make the life a little bit better of all these people who lost absolutely everything. But having said so, it's also so important that the region, the city is almost back to normality, and this is the proof of it. We are here doing the official test of a world championship in this fantastic city that has been always so supportive to Formula E.
And looking ahead to this season, we've got a few new locations on the calendar. We're heading to Madrid for a race this year. We're going to Miami to the Hard Rock Stadium, which we did the Evo sessions. Sanya's coming back on the calendar. What can you tell us about the new locations and returning ones for next season?
Well, as you can imagine, Madrid is kind of my special thing, being obviously Spanish, and the two founders, Alejandro and myself, for the first time that we go with a race in Spain. We did a race in Valencia back in the past, but it was without public because of the COVID. So this is going to be the first race with public in Spain. Hopefully it's going to be a big success. There is a lot of media attention for that race. The first time that we have a Spanish team, a Spanish driver, and we race in Spain. So definitely is waking up a little bit the attention of about Formula E in Spain. And so that is kind of my highlight of the season personally. Professionally, and talking as a founder of Formula E, obviously the three new additions are massive. Hard Rock Cafe, I think it's the stadium. It's a beautiful venue for Formula E. A lot more flexibility, more versatile. You say, than Homestead, definitely. And I think we can produce there way better racing that we have ever done in Miami, including when we race in the city center. Sanya is an absolute pleasure to be back. It's an amazing place, but more importantly, is in the country that we really want to put a little bit of focus on, which is China. And China is the home of electrification of mobility today, and definitely our intention is to be doing more and more races there in that territory together with the US. I think those are the two focus that we want to put on in the next few years.
And obviously, being British, we've got London at the end of the year, but there are still things flying up because it's looking likely that we can't return because a few corners aren't good and won't be safe enough to run in Gen 4. What can you tell us about the future of a British race? We spoke to Jeff yesterday about it, and he said it's so important to have a race in the UK.
Definitely, and he said UK. I would say it's so important to have a race in London. So definitely, there is no doubt we will be racing in London. If Excel, for whatever reason, we cannot race there, we are already in talks with different options, in order to try and replace it. It will be a pity because actually I believe that Excel is so much DNA of Formula E. Is exactly what we do. But unfortunately, no. Fortunately, those cars, are getting faster, bigger. And definitely, it's there are going to be some tracks that we're not going to be able to be racing there in the future with Gen 4. But that the only thing I can tell you is that we for sure will be racing in London in season in Gen 4, definitely.
Are you looking at potentially a stopgap in between? I know that Brand's been mentioned, Silverstone's been mentioned. Are they kind of on the cards just as like a holding pattern? Then when we know that we can go back to London, then we go straight there?
I mean, our DNA remains exactly untouched, which is basically trying to race in the streets of the biggest cities of the world. That's our target, but sometimes it's just not doable, So definitely, if being in key markets is even a bigger priority for us than the type of venue that we race at. So definitely, if we have defined London as a market that we need to be in, we will race there, no matter where. Then, if eventually we have our dream come true, would be like finding a street circuit in London, But if in the meantime we need to go to a permanent track, we will not hesitate to do that.
Is it London or bust, or are you looking at other UK cities as well. People have been saying potentially Manchester, Liverpool, other ones, or is London the one that you want more than anything?
I mean, we race in the biggest capitals of the world, and London is one of the biggest capital of the world, maybe the biggest one. So definitely, London is a top priority for us. Doesn't mean that we are not looking into other options. No, it's true. We're looking into other options, actually, to other cities. But our preference, and this is public, so our preference is basically to be racing in London.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Alberto. I know you need to
Thank
get
you so
off, so
much.
thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you.
And that was earlier on today with all of the action from Jack Pickering talking with the wonderful Alberto Longo yesterday on the balcony. Nice to actually have him stop by and take a mention out there. So 1 hour to go in this test day, Omi, and I think we're going to see a couple of cars head out there for a race run. Only 4 circulating at the moment. It's just got a feeling that everyone's going to head out there for a big run before Sao Paulo.
Yep, absolutely. Everyone will be as well. So it is just now 1 more hour to go for the regular drivers. So let's see how it is going to play out for them then. Let's see what this hour will produce and what they're going to be able to do with it, as we currently now will still see Roland at the top with a close margin, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe someone else takes over the top spot very, very soon as more and more faster laps begin to come in.
Times are improving thick and fast here as well, as we're just getting more and more information coming in from race controls. Pepe Marti apparently said something into the media. Let's have a look. The Madrid race was what got me excited to join Formula E. That's from Pit Lane Motor. Okay, so yeah, well, I suppose Madrid is at Jarama. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Formula E and Formula 1 having a Madrid race. That's very good.
Yeah, very good indeed. Should be quite interesting next year, I'm sure.
Just waiting to see what's going to happen next. So, we have Roland, Barnard, Nato, De Vries, Mortar, the top 5. Then Marty. There's a Maney again. It's you're so used to it in Formula 2, aren't we? Saying Marty and Maney between the two. But then Evans, Tickterm, Dennis, and Cassidy the top 10. So Cassidy's broken through 121.963. Be interesting to see if Formula E at the end of this test do the combined runs across all of the test sessions to let us know who's hot and who's not. I think that the safest bet we can say Mahindra are quick, Nissan are quick, Jaguar are quick, Cooper are up there, and DS Penske need to have a bit more time. Lola are faster than expected, and Porsche are sandbagging. What do you think? Oh, yeah, I think that's the case coming in on the front. That's, I think, the safest bet. What do you think back at home? Is that what you were thinking as well? Is that going to be a similar situation? So we'll see how it goes as more cars come into the pit lane. Just 3 out there on the circuit. 17 in the pit lane with less than an hour to go of this testing session as the atmosphere builds up and up. So we've got a couple more things flying in to be around, which I'm really looking forward to actually for today's running. Let's send it back then. I'm reluctant to do the Tuesday's press conference because I want to get hold of the latest press conferences coming up shortly. Roland ahead still by just 0.02 of a second, and now Boemi is coming back out onto the circuit as well. So Sebastian Boemi into turn 1 on the longer runs to see if that's going to be a better run or not as we run through the final sessions. Our blog's gone down up here in the commentary box actually, unfortunately at the moment, so that's always handy to try and not have any access to it. But yeah, we've lost access to our live timing data, which is not great. Who's that just jumped out the pit lane? The 21 has now come out of De Vries, who's running in 4th position for Mahindra at the moment. So the gallery is open for all of the liveries for Season 12, by the way. So you can go take a look at that in the Formula E website. And you can see them all on your screen now anyway as well, with our camera from trackside from the simulation race a few days ago. 55 minutes then left of the action. Coming out the last corner is the 22 of St. Maloney in the Lola Yamaha app. Does a slower time this afternoon. Just going to get that operation and see what he actually did. It was a 2-minute 2:751 on the fast lap time. So everyone at the moment running low minute. In fact, nobody's running a 1 minute 20. They're all running 1 minute 30s, bar Verline 1:29.954. So that's doesn't really count, does it, overall on the overall times, because he's into the pit lane. Just 5 cars now joined the circuit. Now 6. Here they come then with an hour to go. They all want to get out there and get some data running. They know that this is the right call and the right action to do it. And I am very, very excited to see what the difference could be. As we now see out there on the circuit, some of the drivers on the liveries that you're watching. Fingers crossed it's going to be a better run than what we saw before. Still,
yeah.
Hello, Amy.
Hello, yeah. I'm in agreement with that as well. That is final hour, getting all the goods for us from testing. It's like everything that we've done now coming down into this and condensing into it as well.
Jack Pickering is going to join us shortly as well. He's going to pop in for a bit of the commentary and a bit of the quiz coming through. Hopefully we might have Nick Golding as well from Racing 365 joining us from trackside. That'll be a nice little action. There he is. Oh my word. Hello. Hello, you all right?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How you doing, Pico?
Okay. I don't know how... I'm using Jack's computer. I do not know how this works. I've tried scrolling, and the scroll is the wrong way on his Chromebook.
Oh, he's got the inverted one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I really don't like it. Anywho, I'm sat here with Oscar, who's in our Discord, and you've set up a little game for us.
Yeah, that's right.
To play in this final hour of running today. So, explain to us what's going to happen.
So it's a fairly simple game. First thing first, I've got a website called Heavy Stats where I showcase the most relevant Formula E statistics, or at least I try to. And I was thinking that based on the games that you guys were playing yesterday, it would be fun to try to find some fairly obscure stats and see how many of them you can get right. So whoever gets the closest in the leaderboard for each stat will receive a point, basically.
I like the sound of this. I like it. Right, okay. How do we play? Let's go.
As I said, I'm going to be making questions regarding statistics. And let's say that one of the statistics is who has the most wins, right? This would be an easy one. And then one of you says Lucas Di Grassi, and the other one says, I don't know, Norman Nato. Now, none of you got it right, but whoever was the closest will get a point. It's as simple as that, really.
I swear to God, if the question is who came 13th in the free practice
no, it's,
two,
no.
It's
not going to be like the quiz that you've done before. No, no. I'm not that much of a masochist.
No.
Yeah.
And is this so? Can people in the chat play as well?
Yeah, I mean, if they want to give us their own answers, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have the chat on because I
have
don't
the
know
chat,
how this
don't worry.
works. But if you can monitor that, please, JB and JT, that'd be great.
So how many players are we going to have? Just to be sure.
I'm on one.
So, yeah.
All right.
Omi, you in?
Omi would fail before we
Okay,
even
fair
begin.
enough.
Me v you, Pico, I think is going to be it.
I'm down for that. Yeah. Let's do this.
Right,
and
cool.
then if everyone who wants to play in chat can also play along as well.
Oscar, can I just compliment you on an amazing website? I'm on it now, looking at it. This is fantastic
Oh,
information.
that's cheating. That's cheating. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the answers are actually there. I was actually wondering how I would get all the results to prepare for today for the game, and I kind of rushed a solution so you can click on a download button in the stats to get the answers downloaded to your computer as a
My
screenshot.
goodness. Oh, my word. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah,
We need to talk after this. We for ahead of the season. This will make my notes writing incredibly easier.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Oh, well, I have to Google and go on all sorts of things and write down everything. This will make everything a million times easier. I tell you what, Oscar, you've got a new best friend.
I'm glad to hear that.
Let's go. I'm off the website now. No cheating. Hands up in the air. You can see on the camera. Let's go.
All right, so the first question, the first stat, is which driver has been dropped the most number of positions in penalties over a single season?
Over one
Over one season, yes.
Oh, who was it, Dragon? Who was it, Dragon? We said was really unlucky.
I have.
Giovinazzi.
Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of as well. It could. Yeah, I was thinking it might be Antonio.
Because the amount of penalty positions he got in the Dragon for the battery was unbelievable. So yeah, I'm going with Giovinazzi.
Yeah. Do I have to go with something different, or can I also go Giovinazzi?
I mean, I guess that if none of you get close, then I can let you guess again.
Well, you just said none of us get close, so I don't think it's.
I mean, I'm just discussing the possibility of that happening. But no, I'll give you a hint. I think it was, if I'm not getting this wrong, it was during season 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
So brand new with the Gen 2 era.
Yeah.
I was very surprised to see the answer here because
I'm trying to think.
There was one single season where the only kind of penalty they would serve during races were pretty much grid penalties.
Was it De Vries?
I'm trying to think.
Was he there? He was there season 6, wasn't he?
He was there season 6. He wasn't there season 5.
No.
So that could be right because it's either 5 or 6.
Oh, hang on a minute. I've got a BMW in my head because they were strong to begin with, and then they got a load of penalties, didn't they? Mahindra also got a lot of penalties that year.
What, Simsy?
Simsy got a lot of penalties, didn't he? So did Costa in the second half. Because don't forget, we had 5 red flags in a row where a lot of penalties were dished out for.
Yeah.
So just as a remark, I'm counting all kind of grid drop penalties, so it doesn't have to do with you hitting another driver and that penalty carrying over to the next race. It could be you had to change a component in your car, and suddenly you've got this huge number of grid drop.
Yeah, because I'm fairly certain I'm not sure if it was back then, but now it's like you drop to the back of the field, and if you can't serve all of the positions, then you get a drive through or something.
Yeah, exactly. That was changed by the FIA fairly recently.
Yeah,
which is why I don't think anyone is ever gonna beat this record.
Exactly. So
was the race in Marrakesh? I seem to remember a lot of people getting penalties in Marrakesh.
Well, it's over the course of a season.
Oh damn! Oh, this is yeah. Well, the only thing I remember is that so for season 5 and 6.
I'll give you one more hint.
Go on.
I don't think it's really going to help much, but just some more context. The whole number of grid drop penalties or positions were awarded during the Berlin Prix.
Yeah, it was. Okay.
Oh, that
it was a single day
because there was 6 races in Berlin in season 6.
It was the first one of them.
The first race. Blimey. Oh, who got kicked to the back? God, this is really hard. This was 6 seasons ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who was.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who was on the grid and who.
If you don't really have any obvious guesses or anything that would obviously spring to mind, go for something that would make sense, and then we'll see who gets closest.
I think De Vries is a good. Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm gonna go with Lucas Di Grassi.
Lucas Di Grassi, all right.
As final answer, Chris.
I'll go Sam Bird.
Sam Bird. All right.
Safety
so the driver was James Collado.
James Collado.
Oh.
He got a whopping 60 grid position penalty. Well, several ones. Yeah. Within within an hour, I think it was, for changing different components.
Which team was he at?
Wow.
Was it?
Jaguar
in season 6, yeah.
So he got 60, and you said Lucas Di Grassi.
Yeah.
He's not in the list in the top 10. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he's in the top 4. De Vries was in the top 2. And which one did you say?
Sam Bird, I said.
Sam Bird. No, he's not in the top 10.
Ow.
Not even close. So you get a point.
Brilliant.
Jack, yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like I shouldn't get a point because I didn't get it right, but I know I was closer. But
it's the closest.
So I specifically chose this as a question because I was going to the website to see what kind of obscure ones would be fun, and then I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw 60 places. I thought that I processed something wrong after a race or whatever. And nope, that's actually right.
60, my God.
Yeah, I mean he would have needed multiple seasons to ever serve all of those.
You may as well have skipped the first 3 races in Berlin and just done the last 3. That would have been about right.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyhow, moving on to the second question. This one should be a little bit easier. Which season had the most drivers leading the championship?
Oh, this is season
Oh, 7.
7. Yeah, what was it? 14,
Yeah, 7.
15?
So when I mean leading the championship, I mean that at one point or another in the season, whether it was after qualifying or Super Bowl or the duels, they were leading the championship, even if by a point.
I think 5 is very close to it because 5 was very up and down, but I mean, like 7 was just so wild.
Yeah, but that was in mathematical contention. Is it actually season 9? That was what I'll go. The start of Gen 3, because that was wild with how many cars we had.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked it. I'm going to stick with 7, but yeah,
I'll say 9.
I don't think it is.
I'll say 9. Season 9.
All right, so
I think
it was actually season 5.
It was 5.
Wow.
The thing about it is that
I
when you
knew there
look
was loads
when
of
you look back at
changes.
season, I chose this one because I would have also put my money on season 7.
Yes.
The thing is, in season 7, there were a lot of drivers who could mathematically win the championship, but for most of the championship, you can see clear stretches of a single driver leading it. There were just quite a few changes, but not enough to be in the top 1.
And I suppose.
Yeah, no, I remember 5 having a lot.
Well, I suppose it's because same reason I thought 9, generational change.
Yeah, I guess. So I hope that you two are keeping count so that I.
I'm on Neil. He's on
double-check.
2. He's getting closer.
All right. So both of you were in the top 2 because both season 7 and season 9 had the same number of drivers leading the
Yeah,
championship.
so we're actually bang on.
Oh, so it's 2-1 then.
I have to say that this stat is different if you ask Formula E themselves because they do not take into account when a driver is leading the championship after qualifying in the first race. So I think that.
Do you know what? I've just realised why it's 5. It's because they gave the point for the groups, didn't they?
Yeah, they gave that. Yeah.
Oh.
That
Yeah,
was
well,
so
that was in
controversial.
No, that was in season 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Still,
Oh,
that's
was it?
5.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I thought that was. That one.
So that was an interesting one. Next one is which driver had the most retirements as a percentage in a season?
Brendan Hartley.
The driver that had the percentage.
The highest percentage. I will. I
Excuse
do
me.
have to add a remark here because it's very easy. Because this one is actually really a technicality. Bear in mind that some drivers did not complete a whole season, and maybe they didn't perform very well at all.
So it's not full-time drivers.
It could be. I'm just saying that maybe it's not.
But
Excuse
it's
me, I coughed my
more
tea up.
statistically to be someone
It will be
who only
easier
did
for someone-
1 or 2
yeah.
races.
Well, in that case, then, would you argue?
like,
Would you argue
Scott Speed has a
Giovinazzi
Scott Speed has a 50% chance because he
retired?
got on the podium in Miami, then retired in Long Beach.
For example.
So
The
yeah,
thing is,
it
did
could be
anyone do
something like
that? Did anyone do worse than he did?
I'm trying to think because Andretti they had like 10 drivers that season. Obviously,
Andretti-
they had,
well, Andretti's the-
Montagny and
yeah.
Vernon in one seat, and then they had like 8 in the next.
And generally, the reason why we've now got the 4 only rule.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to say Jarno Trulli because that car never finished. Oh, hang on a
Right.
minute.
You know
hang on.
what-
No. I'm going to win this. Marchinois crashed both as well. I remember. I'm saying Marchinois.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna go with and this is one that like I'm sure no one will remember that he even raced, but he did race in the first season in London, and I'm gonna go along your lines because you said Jarno Trulli, and I'm gonna go for his teammate in London, which was Alex Fontana.
Alex Fontana. Hey, let's see.
I said Marchinois. I'm crashed twice in.
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 drivers with a 100% retirement rate over the course of the whole season.
Wow.
Oh, do you know what it's gonna be?
Takuma Sato,
It's gonna be Sakon.
there's Takuma Sato, Saka Yamamoto,
Yeah.
Rainer Rast, because he did stand in for driver. I don't remember where now.
Oh,
and
he stood in
happened to
for
retire.
Apt, didn't he, in Berlin?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen other seasons of Formula E. I've been trying to catch up.
Oh no, that was in season 2.
It was very early on.
In Berlin,
season 2, he in Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there is Alex Lynn as well as a stand-in replacement, and the same thing for Felix Rosenquist.
Of course, season 5.
So hang on, so Marchinois actually finished a race.
Finished the race.
I'm actually gonna check it. I have
To be
to
fair,
go over
he
to the
did-
pace.
He did more races than you think.
That's
because
the
he
thing,
came
yeah.
he
Paris,
raced for
didn't he?
Techeetah in season 3. He raced for Team China in season 1. I think he might have done a race in season 2 as well. But
Hoping
yeah,
Tug
so,
did
we're
a
talking
race,
about
didn't he?
Kingwa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a 33% retirement rate.
Really?
That's his
Only
highest in
that?
a season. Yeah, a third.
That's still quite bad.
That's still quite bad, but not as bad as 100%.
To be fair, it's kind of annoying that all you can remember of Marching Wild then is smashing into the same wall in Paris twice.
Do you know what? I'm annoyed because as soon as I locked in Fontana, my head went Sakon Yamamoto, and I would have been bang on if that was
Yeah,
right.
which one did you say? Again?
I said Alex Fontana.
Alex Fontana,
Yeah.
right. And he said...
Marchinois.
You said Marchinois.
Thing is,
All right, so you win, because Alex Fontana actually has a 50%
Okay.
DNF rate over
3-1 then, 3-1.
Okay, 3-1.
3-1,
However, where did Yamamoto retire? Because I seem to remember...
London.
London,
He
yeah.
stood in London for Da Costa.
Yeah, that was a crazy race in
Because
London.
it was when he was Da Costa was dueling FE and DTM.
Interesting fact, I was able to correct Jack Nichols on that because do you remember in Hong Kong when we had to start behind the safety car? He gave it all the big of saying, this is the first ever Formula E race to start behind the safety car. I sent him a text saying, London season 1 speed bump. So he
Oh, yeah, that was in both of the...
Yes, I remember the speed bump.
Yeah, you guys were right. It was in both of the London E-Prix in season 1.
Right.
So round 10
Excellent.
and round 11.
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying this.
Pretty
Go on.
good, pretty good. All right, so next up, we were doing...
We
Okay,
had
yeah.
Battle of the Nerds with Doctor Who earlier. Now we've got Battle of the Nerds on what is actually relevant.
I could beat you.
So
in
on the same...
documents. Go on.
Yeah, in the same
Yeah,
vein,
you could.
which driver had the most retirements ever as a percentage?
Well, hang on. We've
So
got
not just over the course of a season, just in general.
Well,
I'm going to cross out the ones that we've done already.
yeah, so...
Hang on, ever as a percentage.
As a percentage.
Oh, God.
Sakon Yamamoto.
You're just sticking with
He
Yamamoto, are
got, yeah. He got 100%.
Yeah, fine. It's Yamamoto. I'd say Yamamoto as well, but
Hang on,
outside...
or is this the most retirements ever?
Ever.
Like,
No, the percentage, the percentage, not the number.
So it's still the percentage.
Yeah, I should have changed it to what you said actually, because
Yeah.
after doing the third one, then it's pretty straightforward.
Well,
Yeah, I'll stick with Sakon Yamamoto
it
because I know he's got
didn't occur to
100%.
me. I didn't do these in order, so I just slapped that after
I'll
number 3.
go
and
to
I didn't
Kumasato
check.
then, just to be different. But yeah.
Just both Japanese drivers. I don't know what that says about them.
Well, Sato went over to Indy 500 instead, didn't he? And nearly crashed out
exactly.
there.
Yeah. Well, he was only standing in for Da Costa as well, but he
Yeah.
stood in Beijing and
Yeah.
Ocon stood in London.
Well, in any case, you both are getting a grace point.
4-2.
Yeah.
No, 4-3. Is it 4-3?
Yeah, that was my bad.
4-2. 4-2.
Yeah, no, 4-2.
Yeah.
4-2.
All right, let me check. So number 5, which driver has the best average qualifying in a single season?
Buemi, surely, in season 3. Very
Oh,
borderline with Degrassi.
That's a shout. That's a
'Cause-
shout. I'm gonna go with
Yeah, I'm sticking with Buemi.
Verline a couple of years ago. He was on it.
All right, so it is Buemi.
Yes.
However,
season 2.
This is because in the website, I do not consider races where a driver retired or did not participated as an average because you don't have a number according to FIA documents.
Yeah.
So they do not award a number. So technically, did the driver actually finish
Okay.
the race? So if you do take that into account, Nicholas Frost wins by a very healthy margin.
From season
Stellar
1.
season 3 or
3?
2,
Oh.
I think. Or maybe season 1.
Because
yeah.
I remember the
Season
time...
1, he took the
Yeah.
first 2.
Yes.
But obviously in the second race, he had to serve a 10-place penalty for what
No,
happened in
qualifying
Beijing.
position.
But
I seem to
Buemi
remember...
with a
Yeah, Buemi with the super... the final segment of qualifying. He was always in it. I can't remember what it was called now. It's gone in my head.
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Super Bowl, yeah.
Super Bowl was there from season 2. So the first year they did just group qualifying.
Exactly.
And it was a lottery-based system. And then in London that year, the championship contenders were unhappy. They were all in different groups. So when it rained during qualifying, I think PK got shafted.
Yeah.
And it helped Degrassi or Boemi, and I cannot remember.
And then PK
which
had
way
to
round
fight
that
back,
is,
didn't he?
but-
And he just won the title by a couple of points.
Yeah, he won it. I think it was 1 point.
Was, yeah. After a great season.
I'm learning quite a bit. I'm learning quite a bit here about Formula E and the races that I missed.
Yeah.
Because I have a general idea of
When
what
did
happened.
when did you start watching?
I actually started watching Formula One in 2021 after going to my
Oh, okay,
grandparents.
so you're really new into
I'm pretty,
racing.
yeah, generally speaking, yeah, because my dad is a big Alonso fan. I'm Spanish, my family's Spanish, so of course, who would they support other than Fernando
Yeah,
Alonso?
That's fair.
And then I liked it.
You know, there's this driver called Carlos Sainz, right?
I know, and it does really annoy me because when I started watching Formula One, I watched it via a Spanish provider.
Yeah.
And the main commentator would not stop talking about Fernando Alonso. He could have retired. He would start, surmising what could have happened if only this and that had happened.
Yeah.
And
He
he would
must
go
have
down
lost
memory
it.
lane and whatnot.
Yeah, must have lost it
If
in
my grandmother
2023.
had wheels, she would have been a
Would have
bike.
been Yeah. So yeah, then after that, I liked Formula One quite a bit. I started exploring
Yeah.
other categories, and I found Formula E to be similar enough, but then different enough, and
Yeah,
very
yeah.
easy to get into, and to just, put on the TV, watch it for 45 minutes after watching qualifying and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then that was it. And it was nice to watch something over a weekend, and I really liked it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I like it.
In any case, going back to the question itself, Sebastian Buemi had a 3.8456 average, while Nicholas Prost has a very round 3.9 average.
Oh.
Then you've got Lucas Di Grassi with a 4.091, and then Mitch Evans with 4.25.
Oh, fair enough.
So it's pretty close. I'm surprised, especially by Di Grassi, seeing as his last few seasons haven't been great, but the averages.
I'd
still
like
pretty
to
solid.
see the averages of qualifying for season 7 because I think it will be all over the shop because
Yeah.
that's the season that
Yeah,
that it was too chaotic.
Yeah.
I thought we brought in the jewels.
Jules made it easier.
Yeah, it's why I couldn't really.
Yeah.
There were some questions regarding the seasons that I just couldn't include, like which season had the most pole sitters. Like season 7 would win by a very healthy margin.
Yeah.
Yeah. In any case, I hope that you guys still remember your tally because I forgot to keep count.
It's 4-3. 4-3.
It's 4-3.
Yeah. I got
All right.
Boemi.
I'll remind you after every question. So, question 6: which race had the largest qualifying gap between the top two?
I swear that happened recently.
I do have to remark that this includes duo qualifying, so maybe things may have happened in qualifying that made it so that there was a massive gap in the end.
I swear it happened recently.
Well, do we count
Uh,
London, where the gap was 1 minute 26.4 because the second place crashed and the pole was there?
Does that count?
Let me check the answer actually, because it all depends on how the FIA store the data. If
Yeah.
they decided not to include a time, that technically that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No, there is no London.
Right, so the biggest gap
Or
in
not that one that you
qualifying.
mentioned.
Okay, biggest gap.
I'll give you a hint. It was this year.
I thought it
Yeah,
was.
no, I remember it happening this year.
Was it
We
easier?
just need to say the time, don't we? We don't.
Not the
need to-
time, the race.
Yeah.
I said,
Oh,
yeah, which race?
Oh, so it's which race? Okay.
Indonesia, wasn't it?
Oh, do you know what it might be?
Because I remember coming into the commentary box at Alton Park, and you said to me, "Did you see the qualifying time?" When I was under the tree.
I might have done. I genuinely cannot remember. my memory is not great.
London was quite.
Well,
a
you
big
say
gap.
that, but then you remember all the races pretty well. So
Yeah.
It's the thing, we can remember the past to about 10 years ago, but you ask us what happened
Yeah.
yesterday, we nothing.
Honestly, if you asked me something that I did 5 minutes ago, I would have forgotten.
and the same, to be fair.
The
A
other-
very selective memory.
The other week, I was driving home with Dad, and once Dad parked up, he said, "Do you mind if you?" When we were driving into the driveway, Dad said, "Do you mind going to get the bins?" By the time I got out of the car, I forgot and I headed straight inside.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
That is genuinely my attention span. It's dreadful. Anyways, sorry, got off topic. If
Indonesia.
you're going Jakarta,
Yeah.
I am going to go for. what was before that? No, it wasn't. It wasn't Monaco because that was Taylor and Roland.
Shanghai was quite good.
Shanghai. Yeah, but the duels didn't actually
happen, did they?
Oh.
No.
Not on Saturday. I'm not accounting for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the duels didn't happen, it doesn't not count, or
there was technically no qualifying session.
Because it got cancelled,
right?
didn't it?
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
In fact,
because
they didn't
there was no
award
3 points.
they didn't award pole position points.
Yeah,
So it's as though it didn't
Well,
happen.
you can cancel out Tokyo because that didn't happen either. Tokyo
Yeah.
got cancelled. Both
You're
days.
probably right. You're probably right, JB. But I'm going to say, I'm going to go Berlin because I don't know.
Berlin. Okay. And what did you say?
Jakarta.
He said Jakarta.
Okay. So, it was actually the Tokyo E-Prix, because I think that on Sunday there was actually a race. Ticton was fighting for pole.
Oh my God!
He had a slight wiggle against the wall, and he damaged his front wing. And over time, his 2-second gap built up to an 11-second gap, and 11 and a half.
Oh God!
Monaco, it was in the top 3.
Yeah.
Because the gap was pretty massive. It was 2 seconds and a half.
Yeah.
All I
And
can remember
then
from
Jakarta was in the top 6.
Ah.
It was second, almost 1 second dead.
I'm not surprised that I don't remember Tokyo because I was blind drunk at that point.
You were. You
yeah.
were. I can't remember if you was in the commentary box or not for that one. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were very. It was just after Eurovision, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was that night, and then it went into like
Did you go to that event?
No, I just did a party at home.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Wow, so there was actually a session in Tokyo. Now you remember it. I remember him hitting the wall, and I can remember it going.
It wasn't on the Saturday, but there was on the Sunday.
It was on the Saturday when Van Doorn won the race, and then on Sunday I think it was Roland that won, and it was a home victory for Houston.
Yes.
And they celebrated. It was a fairly okay race. Not much happened because there was some rain every now and then.
It was a very difficult weekend in Tokyo. That one, honestly.
Yeah, it's funny because there are 4 races from 2025 that made it to the leaderboard, to the top 10.
Was it Giamana trackside for that one? In Tokyo.
Which one? Sorry.
At Tokyo.
Yeah.
No, he's aiming to be there this year.
That's it. Yeah.
So he wasn't there in 25, but he's aiming to be there 26. So.
Right. Okay. What's the next one
All right.
then? So who scores a point for that one then?
Whoever said Jakarta.
Yeah,
Me.
you. So
Right,
it's now
so-
4 all.
4 all. Yes.
4 all. Yeah.
Okay.
Back in it.
All right. So question 7: which season had the most driver nationalities?
1, surely. Has to be season 1.
No, no, I think you're right.
We had
I think
China.
you're right with that one.
China, Hong Kong, America, Japan, Germany, India, Britain,
I
Malaysia.
think what we can do is that if both of you agree, because an answer is really, really obvious, we'll give the point to whoever said it first.
Oh, great. That's
Yeah.
me then. Yes.
That's basically going to
Congrats,
detract the other
Batch.
person from saying the same. You can still
Yeah.
try.
I mean, I'm gonna say.
Oh, I've just thought of another thing, actually, that the COVID hit and drivers couldn't get in and we did change a lot. And we changed a lot in season 3.
I'm gonna say 3. Yeah, I was thinking 3. So
I'm saying 1
gonna
still.
go with 3. You'll go 1.
All right, season 10 had 14 nationalities.
You're joking.
Season
Wow.
1 also had 14 nationalities. And season 3 had 13
Oh, it's a
We're
point!
already too short.
Oh!
You've taken the lead, Birch.
Yes!
To be fair, it's remained pretty stable during most seasons. I think that the season that had the least was season 6, 7, and 11, and they had 10 different nationalities. So there were still quite a few.
1
It's not
point
like
ahead.
half the grid were British or anything.
Yeah.
JT's just said, JB's camera in the corner of my eye. It seems like he's winning. Someone stop him, please.
I'm trying, JT.
Yeah, your dominance may bore fans.
Damn. I saw him. I was faster. I passed my one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see a gap, you go for it.
You're no longer a commentator.
So, yeah. Question 8. Which season had the most races in different countries? So there's one season that should be immediately discarded.
Yes, obviously.
The German
there's
season.
2. There's 2 that are. There are 2 that come to mind for that.
The thing is that you have to bear in mind that there has been an increasing number of doubleheaders.
Yeah,
That doesn't help.
The thing is, I looked this up, and I can't, and I've got an idea of what it is, but I'm not 100% sure.
I'm going to say
But
season
I
5.
think it was 4.
No, I'm going to say
If
season
you're
5.
going 5, I'm going 4.
All right, so season 5 had 12, season 9 had 11, and season 4 had 10.
5! Sanya and Bern. We had
Yeah.
Sanya, Switzerland, in Bern. Rome was there. Monaco came back. Everything. So yeah. Yes.
Yeah, just by looking at this like sort of list in the leaderboard for the seasons on the website, you can see very clearly when COVID hit and Formula E started to struggle to get new venues in the calendar, and they had to rely on more doubleheaders because you see a drop in the number of different countries
Because
in a single season.
I'm surprised Piquet didn't get that one for season 5 because we had, as I kept mentioning earlier, 5 red flags in a row because the circuits were too narrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's that. I knew it was around. It was before COVID, and I was trying to remember. I thought it was season 4 because there were quite a few like new venues on that one. So I was thinking,
Santiago,
it might be
yeah.
that one, but no, yeah. But
yeah, that too.
yeah.
Bern.
No,
wasn't it?
well done.
Well,
You're 6-4 up.
6-4. Admittedly, we did do a quiz yesterday to name every single Formula E circuit. I think we did it.
Yeah, I missed 3. I did it afterwards, and I missed 3. So.
Oh, did you miss one that you went to as well?
Yeah, I missed Seoul, and I went to that one.
Okay, yeah.
Not my finest hour.
JT's
Yeah, let's
really
move
angry
on
I'm
to the
winning.
next one.
6-4, go on.
Yeah. All right, so number 9. Which driver has the most podiums without a win?
Oh, I did this yesterday.
Yeah, you did. I was very hesitant to include this one, but I was thinking about testing whether you'd remember.
It's gone on my head. No. Most race victories. Most
podiums without a
podiums
win.
without a win.
So who got the most times on any of the steps of the podium but the top step?
Do you know what? I'm going to go Nick Heidfeld. Just
No. Yeah.
old reliable.
All right.
He's still on the
What
grid.
about you?
He's still on the grid now, isn't he?
I'm going to say there's not just a single driver. So there's if any one of you is right.
Lotterer was one.
Are you locking that one in?
Oh, do you know what you bang? Yeah, no,
Lotterer.
you're right
I'm
with
staying
that
with
one.
Lotterer. I'm saying I can't remember if it was Lotterer or not.
Well, both of you get a point. They both have 8 podiums without a single.
Okay.
Win. It doesn't really help your cause though, because you still got a point.
It's 7-5. But hang on, who's got the most? I forgot.
Both Lotterer and Heidfeld had 8
joint.
podiums without a win.
Thank God for that. I was really because
Yeah, and after that it's Barnard.
Yeah,
in the top 3 with 5
from last year.
Soon
yeah.
enough that should, soon enough he will be. He shouldn't be in the
he shouldn't
that
be on the
leaderboard
list
anymore,
by the
but
end of this season, but
yeah,
we'll see.
The really weird one from that actually is Lotterer is referred to as the bridesmaid, but Heidfeld isn't. Heidfeld hasn't won a race since 1999.
The thing is, Heidfeld, I knew got on the podium quite a few times and obviously never won, but he had that. He had the name of that in Formula One. The fact that he never had that, and it was eerily similar in Formula E, and that's what led me to choose Nick, and it paid off. So
yeah, he sadly carried that over to Formula E.
Yeah.
All right, so that was question 9. On to question 10. Which driver has the highest starting position for wins? So what I mean for this is which driver.
So when they've won, they've
when
started from the highest.
From the when I mean highest, I mean like a highest number, not the closest to the front of the grid.
Oh, so
which driver
lowest to win the race?
Exactly.
Who came from the back recently?
Mitch Evans.
Evans won
As
from
an
the
average,
back. Yeah.
by the way.
Oh, an average.
As an average.
Oh, right. Oh.
Okay. So I was about to say it was Mitch Evans and Sam.
Yeah, so let's say that Evans never has only won a single time, and that was last season. He would have, the highest average for this.
The highest average from. Do you know what? I'm going to go
It
Lucas
would
Di
be
Grassi.
very hard to phrase this one.
I'm going to go Lucas Di Grassi
Oh,
because
yeah.
he won a few from quite low down, including that one in Mexico.
That's true.
Season
No.
3, I think it was. It was 15th on the grid.
I'm going to say Pascal Wehrlein.
All right. So the driver with the high. This is how I phrased it. I know that it's not perfect, but I had to phrase it somehow. The driver that has the highest starting position for wins is Nick Cassidy with an average of 6.18. Most of them from season 9.
Wow.
Then Norman Nato with 6. Because he had
Because
one victory.
he'd only won one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn.
Duffel van Doorn with a 5.75. Jerome D'Ambrosio with a 5.67. Mitch Evans with a 5.08. Dan Ticktum with 5. Lucas Di Grassi with 4.77 and Pascal Verlaine with 4.25.
So Jack gets the point.
He just edged ahead, yeah.
So what is it now?
Yeah.
7-5? 7-6.
It's 7-6. 7-6.
Ooh, it's getting close.
And let's say it that way around because I don't understand the meme.
No, I don't either. It's 7-6.
No, 7-6 to you.
Yeah, you're bridging the gap slowly but surely. So, Levin, which team has been awarded the most economic penalties, so financial penalties? And in terms of money, not number of penalties. Which team has had to pay the most for penalties? I would say this one is an approximation because I cannot take into account penalties that were awarded to teams and not their drivers. I don't have a way to account for
it
that.
wasn't awarded to the drivers, it was just
awarded to the drivers, not the teams.
Oh, awarded to the drivers, not
Yes.
the teams.
Because the way that I do it is
they
that
would have said either Jaguar or Nissan because they had to sit out. They had to sit out the first part of the testing last year.
I do also have to clarify that it is very complicated from a database point of view to separate teams based on their names. So I'm counting teams like McLaren and Mercedes as the same entity.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they are holding the same license.
Okay.
It's
so-
very complicated to just tell them apart based on the name because that sometimes doesn't reflect any changes.
So for you, is Renault Edam and Nissan
Sadly,
Edam
yes.
the same?
Well,
the
Renault
same
Edam's
team?
then, surely, because they got thrown out with
So
Bueno.
Renault, Nissan, yeah, if they're holding the
Yeah.
same license, then yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The thing is that there are some teams with very minor changes that actually underwent huge changes under the hood. And so what do you do about them? When do you draw the line? And then how do you reflect that in a database? So I sadly decided to take the lazier approach. That would give me the least headaches.
I'm going to stick with my original guns and say Porsche.
Fair enough.
What about you, Gio?
What are you saying?
Come on, pick up. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with.
Agonizingly.
I'm trying to think of the teams.
I can tell you what I consider to be the team so that you can go for a more educated guess, maybe.
I'm gonna go with Virgin.
So that will be Envision nowadays.
Yeah.
So the teams that I have on the website, in terms of license holders, are as of now not counting, not taking into account season 12, are Mahindra Racing, Envision, DS Penske, Truly Formula E. Yep, they actually let their license there.
Yeah.
Lola Yamaha Apt, Maserati, DS Dechita, Copra Hero, Nissan, Andretti, Jaguar, McLaren, and Tag Heuer Porsche. So what did you guys say again?
I said Porsche. I've got the least.
And I said Virgin.
Okay, so in the top spot, DS Dechita with a whopping 30,000 euro.
Wow, somebody go and find Mark.
Yeah, DS Penske with 15,000 euro, so half of that. Apt with 10,000 euro, Andretti with another 10,000, Porsche with 6,000,
Yes!
Hero with 5,800, and which one did you say again?
Virgin.
Virgin. They're at the bottom of the list, 2,500 euro.
Yes!
Brilliant.
8-6! 8-6!
They have, yeah, they have chosen the most economic driver.
Yeah.
Again, this is an approximation, so because it's very hard to process the penalties. And,
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
So maybe neither one of you should have won, but it is what it is.
8-6. Oh, just quickly, thank you to Ola E America. Says, what great coverage. Thank you so much. And has just become a member to the Formula E Zone on pole position. Welcome to pole position.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much.
I do also have to thank you while I'm here because I had a couple not very active days at work.
Oh,
and it
pleasure.
Oh,
did certainly help to keep me
Really?
contented. Oh, yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Wow. Right, what we got?
Oh, maybe he's onto something. Anyway, question number 12. Which driver has had the most disqualifications?
Oh.
Both for races and qualifying, because I do consider these to be separate. If you're disqualified in a race, it's not really the same as if you're disqualified for qualifying, because you can still technically start the
You
race.
know what? I'm going to get, Pascal Verlaine.
Really?
Pascal Verlaine, because...
Oh, I'm going to Costa. This would be interesting then.
Because he's been disqualified a couple of times with Porsche, but also I believe when they locked out the front row in Paris, Mahindra, when he was there, they got disqualified from that and got moved to the back of the grid. So based on that, I'm going to go for Pascal Verlaine.
I'll go for Da Costa just because he keeps getting disqualified time and time again.
Yeah.
All right, I don't have Verlaine on the list, so there could be
Okay,
a
there we
problem
go.
with how I process the penalties.
He's already
Again,
celebrating.
Yeah, I mean, according to that, he should already get the point. Da Costa is number 4 with 3 disqualifications. The driver with the most disqualifications from the penalties that I could process, again, this could be a
Degrassi.
problem on my end. It's Sebastian Buemi with 6.
Well, 6?
'Cause it includes both races and
Yeah.
qualifying.
My God. So what's that now? 9-7?
I'm gonna check
Yeah,
Verlaine just out of curiosity now.
9-6.
9-6. 9-6.
See about Verlaine.
I'm winning. This is fun.
Thank God it's not
JT's
first.
JT's really annoyed.
How many questions do we have left?
I have 30, and we've done so far half of them, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done 12, so close to half. We can start whenever you want. I just thought,
Let's
I
keep
thought
going,
that I
we've
would
got
prefer
time.
a good.
I'm
good
enjoying
event.
this.
So
Just because you're winning.
Yeah.
let's check the disqualifications.
I need a pen chart. Go on.
Oh yeah, he does have one, but the only one I have is from season 7, from Puebla.
Oh, right.
I swear he got disqualified.
You may be right.
In Mexico City one year.
I have to check later. I'm gonna note that one. I'm gonna write
I'm
double
fairly
check.
certain he did. I might be wrong about the Mahindra one. To be fair, I'd have to ask.
What's the
Oh,
score? 9-6.
No,
No, 9-7, I think it was.
No,
9-7.
it's 9-6.
Okay.
9-6.
I've got it
Okay,
on
okay,
my
cool.
notes too.
All right.
We'll have to ask when we see him, but I cannot see. Oh, no. No.
Just to confirm to JT, they're my Formula 1 notes. So, you know,
Yeah.
they're my
Oh,
F1s.
fair enough.
Give me a sec.
Unless any questions are about Sebastian Vettel or something like that, then it's not going to be a bit helpful.
Because I had my dad come as well with me.
Yeah.
He also got media accreditation as a photographer, sort of.
Oh, wonderful.
And yeah, I don't want him to be bored there just looking at the streaming screens.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak any English, sadly, so he cannot really join us.
Yeah.
Can we get him on the translator? Because that's been quite funny this week as well.
Yeah, no, the translator in the
Yeah,
press
that was really funny.
conference, Yeah.
I have to say, I did feel a little bit bad for him because he was doing a superb job as an interpreter rather than a translator.
We've been fantastic.
The
all
thing
week.
is that knowing Spanish, you could tell he had a lot more experience translating football-related stuff because he kept referring to teams as clubs.
Yeah.
And he kept using the word for when you hire someone that's new in a team. He kept using the word that you use for football. He kept using a lot of football-related terminology, then didn't know what a push lap was. So he still did a very, very good translation.
Oh,
it was very professional.
honestly, but
But I
you
felt a
missed
little
it
bad for
on you missed it on Monday where or on Tuesday or something where Jono asked a question about Ollie's trip to Ibiza.
Oh yeah.
And then and then he translated that question and Ollie's face was mortified because he wasn't expecting that bit to be translated.
Is that why when they had another, was it also Roland that was in another press conference? They
Yeah.
asked him about NATO, and then his question was actually very, very short. Was
Yeah.
that maybe why he didn't want that to be translated as
Maybe,
well?
yeah. Yes.
Well, in any case.
Anyways,
yeah.
next one.
Let's go to question 13. Which season had the most pole sitters?
I mean, the obvious answer is 7. But we've been tricked by that one before.
Season 4. Locking myself in with that.
I'm going to go the other way and go 5.
I think you're right with
All
5
right, it was,
now.
the psychological game here really played dividends. It was season 7.
Oh!
With 11 pole sitters.
Wow.
Season 5 had 9. Season 4 had the least with 5.
Oh. All right, so Picker gets a point.
It was the
Right,
most stagnant
9-7,
season.
the comeback's on.
Here we go
Yes.
again.
Oh no, the dream is over. Oh, the dream's back on.
It's like watching the Euros.
Yeah.
Should we do first to 15? And then that should...
Yeah, I think that could be good.
Yeah, that should round out the session.
Yeah, because otherwise you could actually have a draw as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair point. 15 is. Go on.
So what's the score right now? Sorry.
It's 9-7.
9-7. All right. Yeah. So 14. Which driver has won the most constructors' championships with a team?
Oh.
And this one you're gonna have to be quick because you do know this one.
Verline.
You're gonna have to think fast.
I said Verline.
No, Boemi.
All right,
Boemi.
it is Boemi.
Of course, it's Boemi.
With 4.
Yeah, because he won a couple with Renault, then he
Renault.
won one with
2 with
Envision.
Renault, then 1 with Envision, and I have a 4th one.
Who's he with the 4th one?
Oh yeah, because didn't Renault win 3 actually?
Renault
Constructor
won 3,
Championships?
yeah.
Did they win season 4? No, season 4 was Audi.
Was Audi, yeah.
Oh no, they
1, 2,
won the
and 3.
championship in 1.
In 1,
In
yeah.
1.
So
yeah.
1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
and then
1, 2,
yeah.
and 3, and,
And then 5.
9. Yeah.
All right.
Damn. Right, go on. I'm getting nervous
So
now.
question
Who's up behind me?
15. Which race has lasted the longest amount of time? I'm including red flag sessions, safety car sessions, everything that you can imagine. The
Sao
clock
Paulo.
was ticking according to the FIA.
Sao Paulo last year.
I'm gonna go for Rome 23.
I'll go Sao Paulo last year because it was over 2
So
hours.
that was season 9. I can't remember if it was the Saturday race. Or
It was
Sunday
the
race, but
Saturday race.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna go for that
for
one.
the mega crash there.
Yeah.
It was actually the London Prix in 2023
Yeah,
with the rain. It kept
I was
getting
thinking
delayed
that.
and
I was
delayed
thinking that,
and
and I was
delayed.
thinking, no, it wasn't. But yeah, no, it was, wasn't it?
So Pico got closer.
Hello Prix from
We were discussing it earlier, weren't we?
We
JB?
were literally saying about how Channel 4 moved the coverage.
yeah. So which Sao Paulo Prix were you referring to?
This year's just gone.
Last year,
Yeah.
24.
Okay, yeah, it was 2024. So yeah, that was the second one.
All right.
And Rome is not quite on the top. It was in the second page of the table that I have here.
So
Really?
Yeah, there were a lot of races with an hour and 50 minutes due to stoppages. And
I thought it was about an hour 45.
it
Was
felt long,
Rome
didn't
one.
it? Yeah.
I will have to double check, because once again, this is according to the FIA, and who knows if they decided to stop the clock.
I'm gonna pull VAR at some point.
Look,
enough.
I'm on 10
Again-
now, so there.
Yeah, the thing with a lot of these stats, the main problem is that you can never be 100% accurate because you rely on the data provided by the FIA. If they stop the clock, and that's what you get. So
Yeah, no, because I've seen some where they had a red flag, and yet the finishing time is
Yeah.
still like 45 minutes.
Do you remember
No, it's
Rome?
not.
The first red flag we had in Rome, where the clock kept ticking down, and they had to
Yeah.
add the time back, and they couldn't work it out. So then for the they
Yeah.
said the next time would have a red flag, would stop the clock, and that was the next race.
Yes. Yeah, I think that was 23. Because I remember I remember Tom Brooks getting like a baptism of fire.
Every race was a red flag,
in-
thanks to him.
Yeah, he did 4 races at the end of season 9, and 3 of them had red flags.
Yeah, I texted him saying, "You a curse."
Yeah, we all said that to him.
oh, poor guy.
Although he did get the first
any
ever
ca-
red flag restart for a standing start.
Yeah.
Okay, so question 16. Which race had the largest gap between the top 2 at the finish line?
Oh, Mitch Evans winning in Mexico City season
Yeah, you can have that one.
6, 5, no 6. It was 6. Because 5 was the one where Verline lost at the line. So yeah, it was season 6. Season 6. Mitch
I'm saying the
Evans,
largest
Mexico.
gap, not the smallest gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 6, Mexico. Mitch Evans won by about 20 seconds.
I'll go.
Okay.
I don't think that was the longest.
Season 6, you said.
I feel like that might have been the record at the time, but it might have been beaten.
I will go for. I can't remember who won the race, but I will go for New York City, season 3, race 2.
All right, give me a second to check something really quick.
Because I can't remember who won that, but I think because that was a very long gap at the front.
All right.
Oh, hang on a minute. Are we counting when the red flag came out as well? Because do you remember that race in New York City where the rain came down, the red flag came out, and we had like
in 2022.
Yeah, and there was somebody leading right at the front. I think it was Gunther, and he was leading
I
like
think it was Gunther, and then
Yeah. Do we
no,
count?
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
but then they took it back and Cass won that one.
That's not here in the list. So I
I'll
can give you that. Yeah, yeah.
I'll stick New York season 3, race 2 then.
All right, New York season. From which season, by the way?
Season 3,
'Cause I have
race
it
2.
here.
3, race 2.
2017 then?
Yeah, 17, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you
that was
said
the year of Bird's
Rome
double. And I
20
said Mexico 2020.
2020. So I double checked Mexico. It was only 4 seconds in the end. Acosta wasn't that far away because then Verlaine.
From Evans.
Yeah, that's what I have from the FIA. 4 seconds. Verlaine must have dropped further back.
Oh, I thought he won by
So
like
Verlaine
20.
kept dropping down places. And so in the end, the gap was between the top two, I guess. I didn't watch that one back then.
He
Again,
was
this
shit,
is from
but-
what
He
the
won by
FIA
like 20
has.
seconds. Yeah.
I said this first because I wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
it didn't have any kind of
No,
error.
I thought he won by loads.
So it was the Putrajaya. I never know how to pronounce that one, and it's supposed to be Spanish. Ypres.
Oh, wow.
In 2015 with 13 seconds. There's a lot of 13-second races or gaps.
Bird won it.
Yep. And the closest one was yours with New York City Ypres 2. So the second one in 2017.
That was the second one on the list.
Not the second one. It was
Oh,
number
right.
7.
Number 7. Well, okay. All right, but that puts me on 11.
Yep. Very close. Very close. All right. So question 17. Which driver had the most races between wins?
Buemi. What do you think? Nico? I said Buemi.
Most races between wins. Do you know what? You're probably right.
Yeah. Jack was actually busy here, so I could have probably waited before saying anything.
Yeah, no, I'm setting up some equipment for Jack because he's going to be doing a large speech shortly, because it's his last session. He'll be heading outside and doing a rally of the troops, and everything. An emotional farewell, so get your Kleenex ready. Yeah, so he'll be doing that shortly. No, don't give me that look, Birch. Come on. Right. Who had the most of it?
Thinking about it, I don't think Buemi's right.
You know what? I reckon Van Dorn is quite a big one as well. I'm going to go Van Dorn, which was like season 8 to this year.
All right, so it's Stoffel van Doorn on position 3. 50 places.
okay.
Sorry, 50 races
Okay.
between wins. Then Oliver Rowland, 54. And then Sebastian Buemi with 82.
Yes!
He had to wait forever.
Yeah.
So the thing here, the problem with this stat and why I had to choose
I'll be
a
honest,
movie.
I forgot he won Monaco this year.
How did you were there?
No, I wasn't there. I was commentating with
See,
you.
I did remember this
I
stat.
still forgot.
I do remember this one because I was actually making this stat for the website. And I was like, oh, okay, so it was actually Oliver Rowland. And then the race happened, and I was like, okay, now I have to check if the stat is correct because he just updated it.
Oh my God.
All right, so yeah, the problem with this stat, and it's something that I cannot easily fix, is that it would also take into account races where a driver or when a driver wasn't there.
Yeah.
So if a driver raced for a team like Joel Eriksson and he won, then didn't drive from Formula E for 3 seasons and then came back and won, all those races that happened in between would still be counted for.
All right, so I suppose we can
It's
take
something
off.
hard to.
You can take off 4 for Buemi then, from that list because he
Yeah.
missed 2 in New York and then 2 in Berlin.
Yeah, exactly. But still, it will be 80,
Well,
82 minus 4. So Rowland's 54.
So he would have missed 2 in that time because the New York ones were back in season 3.
Oh, good point. Yep. So only 2 then. Yeah.
He did win with Nissan once. So yeah. In
Yeah,
New York.
yeah, he won. His last one was New York.
Yeah.
Season 5, I think it was.
Yep.
Blimey.
Right.
Right,
All
I've got
right.
3 questions left to win.
Yes. So 18. Which driver has had the longest point scoring streak?
Cassidy.
Yeah, it was Cassidy. I can't even beat him with that because I think he's right.
I'm fairly certain it's Cassidy.
Well, you can still choose someone else and just give it a try.
I'll pick Dennis.
You might have got that one. I don't know.
All right. So you said Dennis and
He's
Cassidy.
Cassidy, yeah.
All right. So it's Sebastian Buemi with 22 races.
Oh wow.
The thing here is that what if he retired, like in London in season 2, but he got the fastest lap? It's still a point scoring race.
Which he did.
That actually happened multiple times. And through that, he managed to hold on to a very small lifeline and secure this highest point streak
What a stat.
leaderboard. Then Jean-Eric Verne with 20, Prost with 18, Verlaine with 16, Van Doorn with 14, Bird with 13, Sarrazin with 11,
Sarrazin?
and Dennis with 11. Yeah. And Nick Cassidy's not here, sadly.
And neither
That
was Dennis.
And it extends all the way to Da Costa with 8 races.
So
it was Dennis.
Was Dennis on the list or
It was
not?
Dennis. Dennis was
So
on the list,
you,
yeah.
you get the point.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
For being closest.
I was good actually.
For
'cause
being
that
closest,
means-
yeah.
No one gets.
So you're 2 away from winning.
2 away.
You're also 2 minutes from the end of the session. So
yeah, well, I'll try to wrap it up quickly. So question 19: which driver has the most home wins or home victories?
Oh.
I don't think who's won at home the most.
Jean-Luc Ver?
So it's a bit of a hint here to speed things up. Literally everyone in this
Dennis.
list has only won once, except for one driver that won twice.
Dennis.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
It's Dennis.
I'm gonna back out of that.
It
one.
is Dennis. Yeah, it is Dennis.
Yeah, there we go.
He won twice.
Yeah.
Correct.
I've saved myself a little bit there.
All right, so that was question 19. Question 20: which driver has been out qualified the most times in a season? This one is one that hurts.
Giovinazzi.
Yeah, Gio's got lost out massively. I would say. Who was the last I put away me in season 4? It wasn't Prost. It's gone out of my head. Bird. I don't know. I'm throwing out there Bird because he had.
All right, it was sadly Bird with 14.
Was it really?
Last season. Yeah.
Last season.
Then next one is Jehan Daruvula with 14 as well. And Antonio Felix da Costa with 13.
I only said Bird because I thought of how bad it was. Checker flags up, by the way. I'm 1 away. Do you want to just end it there or do you want to get one more?
I mean, like, let's do a formality. Let's do one that Josh can win.
Yeah, go on. I'll go for one, and then you can say random numbers. Well, names. Which season had the most driver changes in the lead of the championship?
Oh,
that's why we did this one.
No, we did the most drivers leading. No, the most driver changes.
Most driver changes. Oh, I'm gonna go 5. Oh no. Oh.
6. No, 7. I'm going 7.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I said 5, so I'm gonna stick with 5.
All right, season 5 with 8.
Oh,
season 7 had 6.
Damn.
Okay.
So this wasn't a formality in the end.
You got 10. Right, we
I'm
need
saving
one more.
myself a little bit. Yeah.
Come on, one more.
One more.
One more. Okay. 22. Which driver has been beaten in the standings by its teammate the most times? In numbers of seasons, right? So he was beaten in the standings by his teammate 2, 3, 4 times.
Vern beat Lotterer. So I'm going Lotterer.
So that will be Lotterer.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Or multiple
Yeah,
driver.
no, Lotterer's the shout actually. I'm gonna go Simsy.
Okay, Sims had 4. He's been beaten 4 times, but Apt, Da Costa, and Lotterer were all beaten 5 times in the standings.
There you go.
Oh,
Josh
there's the
Burt.
15.
You are the champion.
That's a great
I can still
quiz.
share with you the rest of the questions if you're going to do them at home.
We need a Formula E bar quiz night with
Yeah,
that.
we'll
That's
do
epic.
that. Actually, instead, if you put the rest of them like either in chat or in the Discord or something like that, because I reckon what we'll do is we'll do the standings, then I'll throw to Jack to do so he can do his little farewell speech. So Roland top the times, just 2 thousandths ahead of Taylor Barnard, Edo Mortara, Norman Nato 4th, Nick De Vries 5th, Jake Dennis 6th, Pascal Verline 7th, Pictum 8th, Boemi 9th, Caspi 10th, Pepe Marti in 11th, then Evans 12th, Muller 13th, Gunther 14th, Costa 15th, Byrne 16th, Drogovic 17th, Maloney 18th, Degrassi 19th, and Joel Eriksson rounds out the 20. Go on, Jack, give us a tearful farewell.
I don't know if it has to be tearful. But yeah, I feel like
we can't hear
quite
him
well.
because it's muted on here.
Okay.
But hang on.
Can you not hear me?
I can
Hello,
hear
you
you.
me?
I can hear you, Jack. Go on, Gio.
Can you hear me? I'll stand here.
I can hear you all good, mate.
Let me
I
know.
can
You
hear you.
me.
Yes.
Fine. Oh yeah, it doesn't have to be tearful. I was just watching the cars because I actually haven't had much of a chance to watch cars because I've been constantly interviewing people left, right, and centre. So sorry for not being on the coverage much over the last day and a half, I reckon, because I've just been so busy. It's been a really busy couple of days. But honest to God, this has been brilliant. I have loved
Join the club.
Loved every single moment of this, and the fact that we've pretty seamlessly. I know we've still got one more day to go. I don't want to jinx it, but we've done a really, really good job of providing the best coverage of a Formula E test session ever. And I mean ever, because it's never been done before. So unless someone wants to come and beat us, that's all it means that we've got. If no one wants to do it again next year, we'll be us again next year, trying to eclipse what we've done this year. And it's been amazing as I get to just watch Oliver Rowland go past me now. And we've got made so much content. And I don't know if the snippets came out for some of them, but, you know, got great content to look forward to between now and Sao Paulo with some of the drivers. So we're really looking forward to that as well. And there's obviously more to come tomorrow from the women's test. I know you may have had Abby pulling today, but we got Juju Noda. I'm very happy about that. So you Juju Noda fans, there will be an interview tomorrow to listen to and so forth. So, but I just want to say a massive thank you really to everyone who's listened, who's watched, and I'll be listening and watching tomorrow as I make my way home. But I can't thank Josh Birch and Josh Turner any more than what you've done, boys. I know you've been stuck at home for me all week to commentate on this, and honestly, your dedication, your hard work, it doesn't go unnoticed. And honestly, if you haven't already, they don't need the subs. They've got 10,500, but sub to us instead.
I agree.
But honestly, go check out they've got tons and tons and tons and tons of watch-alongs that they do for different championships, and the work and the effort that they put in to their craft is amazing. And the fact that we have this partnership is brilliant. Give me 2 seconds. The headphones did drop, so I can't hear you.
No, I agree. Sub to the FEZ. Honestly, the Formula E coverage that we've all done is brilliant, JT. I hope you agree.
Didn't you just say that this coverage has been absolutely incredible, and then that happens?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah,
Absolutely shocking.
to be fair, I dropped the headphones. It's because me and Pico swapped headphones, and he's got the type of headphones that just fall out of your ears. I hate these type of headphones. You know, they got the little like that little rubbery bit.
Yeah.
Right, and they always fall out. And I don't like the rubbery stuff once. But I'm just grateful to use them. He's currently using my headphones for the game that you just played.
Great game.
So you know.
Which I heard.
Yeah, I knew it would be. I knew it would be. And thank you for Oscar. I think he introduced himself for doing that from FE Stats when he told me yesterday that's what he had planned. He was coming to that. I said, yeah, it's perfect for us at this precise moment because that's what we're doing. You know, we wanted to entertain it, and plus, it's tough to talk about testing. So the fact that we had something to occupy ourselves with the last hour was brilliant. So again, massive thank you to Oscar for putting that together, because I just said to him, just put some stats together, make a game, and we're game basically for doing it. And I'm glad you seem to enjoy it, and I hope everybody in chat did, and I hope we got some of the questions right, and we can see who the real Formula E fans are. Clearly Josh won, so Pico knows nothing, so back to the drawing board for him. But yeah, it was great to listen to, and boys, once again, thank you.
Jack, thank you for everything you've done, because your interviews have been fantastic trackside. And thank you again Go on.
I don't think the editing hamster wheel has ever gone so quickly on my PC.
Honestly, that's all coming out tomorrow.
Welcome to the world of Formula E.
Yep.
I agree though, Pico. Next year, I'll be joining you trackside, and we'll bring the equipment, and we will broadcast from the track to the audience, and we'll get cameras everywhere, and we'll properly give it some welly.
Start preparing yourselves now, because you're going to need the full year to have to deal with JB trackside.
Yeah, because if JT can attend, I will go nuts. I'll be taking the wireless microphone, and I'll be going on that balcony every 5 minutes with a camera. It's going to be amazing. But Jack, any closing
Gen
thoughts?
4 next year as well.
Yeah, that's why.
Sorry,
I
say that again.
I said that's why I really want to be there. But Jack, closing thoughts.
Mahindra, really impressed with Mahindra. I did speak to Fred earlier, so if there's any Mahindra fans, I can answer the questions. Unfortunately, the only error I made this weekend, or one of them, probably more than that, to be fair. But I put the wrong wire in the wrong way round. You know, when you're rushing about after one thing to another, and it went the wrong way. So that interview unfortunately didn't happen. Well, it did happen, but I didn't record anything of it. But he did say Mahindra will be here next season for those Mahindra fans, and there will be a decision soon whether or not they will be a customer team or a manufactured team. So we just have to keep waiting for the answer for that. But we're told by Frederick Bertrand to expect one soon. But their pace has been incredible. So do they want to become a customer team? If they're, or do they want to stay as a manufacturer? At the moment, you'd think stay as a manufacturer because what you're doing at the moment is working. But money is a big factor in that answer. But yeah, so Mahindra have really impressed me. And it looks like status quo. Everybody looks quick, and it's going to be really interesting when we go to Sao Paulo now to see who does come out on top, because at the moment it could be anyone.
It really could be anybody coming into it. Jack Giamana from Trackside, thank you very much. You are released and get to go back home.
Thank you.
Take care. Take care. Safe flight home. Thanks to Jack Giamana. Jack Pickering will stay with us tomorrow with more action from the women's test. JT and Omi will be back with us. And my thanks to Oscar and to all of you in the chat as well for that one. That is the end, though, of the regular pre-season test. The next time that our 20 drivers will be out in action will be in Sao Paulo in just over a month's time. Roland tops it, 121.893. But there is so much more. As you say, Mahindra looks strong. Nissan looks strong as well. DS Penske up there. Cooper looking good. We really are in for an exciting season as well. JT, closing thoughts.
Very, very busy test day from all sides, from the behind the scenes, from the editing. I can actually count how many videos I've edited today only. Hold on, let me get the folder up. Today, I have edited 11 videos, and that's going to be 13 by the end of the day. So,
yeah,
very busy. It's been chaotic, but that's the fun of it. If Pico can still hear me, he probably can't, but he'll watch this behind the scenes. I am a little bit disappointed in you, Pico, for not recognising the Oxford Speedway shirt that I have been wearing for the past 6 hours of testing, but it is what it is. 2,000s at the top, 33 thousandths between the top three. A tenth exactly between the top five, and the whole grid separated by 0.863 of a second. Close running at the conclusion of the male part of the testing.
Thank you, JT, and we'll see all his videos they edit tomorrow and across the weeks here on Formula E Zone and in Sao Paulo on JB Motorsports. Omi, if you're around, what's your final thoughts from today, if you've got any?
Well, final thoughts from today and the regular testing as well. It looks like it's going to be an interesting season, as JT mentioned. Looking very close on the timing board, so that's suggesting we could be in for a very good campaign. But yes, I'm really looking forward to seeing how all of the female drivers do in the women test tomorrow. Lots of F1 Academy drivers as well, who would have actually been travelling right now just from their test that finished over to the Formula E testing. So yes, looking forward to seeing how they'll get on tomorrow.
Thanks, boys, for all your hard work. We will be back tomorrow with the women's test. 2 sessions, same times. So 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon, and we'll wrap up everything. We'll hear from all the drivers out there. We'll hear from the press conferences as well, and we will catch you up on all of the action from this test. Join us tomorrow, but that's the regular season drivers done. Tomorrow, it's all about giving the women the opportunity to showcase their amazing talent. We'll see you tomorrow for more action. Take care. Bye-bye.